wicked. What's up, gamers and game fans alike? Mayhem here, coming at you from the survival game, Scum. Yes, indeed, the one that we all love and we love to play. And this is me right now. I've got a nice green backpack. I've got a machete. I don't think I have a bow. I don't think I have a bow. So I did a little bit offline. Not much, just a little bit. And basically, I met up with Thor, my squad mate, who had this backpack and a couple bucks in cash for me, just to get me going again. Now I've got 1,900 bucks in the bank, so I can respawn once, and I only have to find a little bit of loot to be able to respawn again. Um, Basically, that was a process of drowning myself and sector spawning here. I can't remember exactly what I did. I think I had some loot in my backpack, tiny little backpack. No, I didn't. I was close to 1,000. I went directly to the trader, sold everything off of my back, like every little bit of clothing. If it was worth $1, I sold it. Put all that money into my bank account, had enough to sector spawn, and now we're way down here in the Zeds. Because Thor was waiting for me at this trader, and I sincerely appreciate him for that. Now, we've got a hot server this morning. There's 58 of 64 online. I logged in, Battlemetrics was reporting 64 of 64. We're going to see how this goes. It's going to be a real genuine challenge, I'm thinking. Probably the best way to start right now. Hey, morning, Stony. How you doing, man? Glad you could join us. Sorry I missed your message last night, man. I was just zoned out. It's no excuse, but it is what happened. Yeah, so we're gonna make a bow so we can have at least that, and then we're gonna just start looting, try and make a couple bucks in cash. What are you up to today? You got work again? When are you gonna start playing Scum with us, brother? Got tons of arrows. Thor had crafted up, I don't know, 5 or 6 stacks of arrows. Day off. Let's go. Nice. And he also had these stone tip arrows, which, to be honest, I don't think I even knew about these. I guess I kind of knew, but don't they require, yeah, they require feathers. I never have feathers. Alright, we got a bow. We've got arrows. We've got food. We're not exactly starving to death yet. Oh, well, Thor gave me those nails in case I find a bat. I'm sorry, Thor. I think I'm just going to leave them here. I think I'll be okay without them. He hooked me up with some good food, though. Really good food. So what are you doing with your day off, Stony? You got any plans? Just chilling, kicking back? Got a game you're looking forward to playing right now? Okay, and I've learned my lesson. On this server, destroy your card. Get the card in the safe zone, destroy it before you leave the safe zone. People are just going to camp you. They're going to steal everything you have. Trying to figure out what to play still. I hear that. Sometimes that's the real struggle, isn't it? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if there's any games other than Scum right now. I think all the other games disappeared off the market, unfortunately. Alright. We are gonna go east into this little town here, hit some garages. We're gonna check for open doors. Mainly we're hunting players, but we'll look for screwdrivers to open up lockers at the police station as a backup plan. Oh, this coffee is delicious. I did do a little test play on a server last night. A server called, I think it's US and Canada Monitored Number 1 is the name of it. It's close to that. Monitored Number 1 is the search term you can use to find it. It's fairly low pop right now, anywhere from like 5 to 20 people online at any given moment. We're going to see about sliding over there. I want to talk to the boys first. I don't really want to abandon the squad, right? We've had Corpse fairly active. Thor's been online. Ghost came in. We don't have a ton of progress on this server yet, but the nice thing about it is the high population. The bad thing about it is all the cheaters. It's a give and take, right? The fact that there's going to be more interactions here is awesome. The fact that a lot of those interactions are with people who exhibit suspicious activity is less awesome. Let's drink some soda. Try and keep that metabolism going. I've got good muscle growth right now, and we're retaining it too. Strength is not going up right now because I'm not moving, but in general, it's been trending upward. Fat's trending downward. Just got to make sure I don't die of thirst here. 176 milliliters should probably be good. We'll drink one more sip. Not exactly your style. Yeah, I was just busting on you, dude. I know this isn't your type of game. It's pretty gritty, realism, survival game. A lot of PvP action. You're more of a systems kind of guy. I'm thinking if there was electricity in this game, and you could do like something back at base, like do a bunch of things back at base with logic and circuits and stuff, maybe. Hey man, you know I'd love to have you. You know I'd love to have you. So if you got the urge, that'd be great. But don't let me picking on you push you in that direction. I want people to play the game who want to play the game. So I've done this before with like Space Engineers and my brother. I insisted for months that he try the game, and then he bought it, played it for like 2 hours, and he said, "Bro, I don't understand what this game is. I get that you like it, I just can't get into it." And then a couple months later, I was like, "Hey man, we should play it together, and I'll show you how." And we played for like 2 hours, and he goes, "Okay, I kind of understand now why you like it. Yeah, I kind of enjoyed it. We'll play it again sometime." And then it just never came up. Logic dominates your life. Yeah, I don't know if it's good logic or not, but it sure does dominate your life. So yeah, I felt bad about doing that to Chris because it wasn't his kind of game, and I thought it might have been, but he's more into quick action. He likes shooters and stuff like that. We'll grab those shorts. They're all right. They get pretty hot during the daytime, but they'll keep us moving. Give us an extra little pocket here. Kitchen knife, that we could actually sell for a couple bucks. And since we're so broke right now, every dollar counts. Logic in your dick. Yeah. Logical until your dick gets thinking for you. Okay. 64 people. Well, I guess it's 55 right now. But you'd think with 55 people online, we'd see some open doors here. Tempted to run towards the bike track, but I think we'll be able to pull enough decent loot out of the town here to justify doing a close trip. 50 bucks for the casseroles. I'm not doing any cooking right now. And this is pretty much the closest loot spot to that trader city right there. I think this abandoned bunker is also pretty doggone close. It's very similar in distance, but less loot. There's a small chance of getting really good loot there, but it's not guaranteed. We're going to get consistent loot out of the town. Maybe not the best, but decent. Alright, I think we'll focus garages for the time being. And if we don't end up getting what we're looking for, we'll switch to residential loot. But I'd like to find a nice screwdriver, some bobby pins. Look at that. And if we can take that to the police station, maybe we can get an AKS or a couple of handguns, which is infinitely better than kitchen knives and shorts. Construction helmet, just in case something falls and hits you. I don't think it's much good against bullets, so we're just going to leave it on the ground. To be honest, right now I'm not even worried about bulletproof helmets. Thor offered to buy me some gear, and I was like, nah, dude, don't spend money on gear. I'm probably going to die, first of all, and second of all, if I find that kind of stuff, I'm going to wear it to the trader and then sell it because it's worth money, and all it does is generate extra heat, and it weighs more. No, thank you. We're trying to min-max the kit on this playthrough. Only what's necessary is what we're bringing with us. And then we'll fill up with loot, run back. I've got to build my strength still, so my carry weight is pretty low right now. And we don't want to be wasting it on stuff like Kevlar helmets and bulletproof vests. Things that you really don't need, because if somebody's going to kill you, it's the difference between 2 bullets and 4 bullets. That's all. Oh, delicious, delicious coffee. Turn the sensitivity on this mouse down a little bit. I think we'll keep running northward. There's a little bit of town to the south of us, but most of the town's to the north of us from here. Not a single open door in the place. At least so far. I don't hear any footsteps. I don't see any zombies. Over 50 people online. Where are they all? Does nobody hang out in this neat little town? Oh, there's somebody. Handing out coordinates. UIR. Those look like teleport coordinates. That's an interesting thing to post in side chat. Oh yeah, guaranteed it's a trap. Yep, I'm not going there. Not even looking up where it is. I couldn't care less. I want to come across somebody who's not expecting me. That's what I want, because I think the only way I succeed in this game right now is through a good ambush. That's going to be about it. I think we're going to sell these shorts. Keep wearing the ones that I have. What is my sewing kit recipe here? 9. So if I find a puppet, we can cut it down into needles and make ourselves a sewing kit. Look at this water. Soda's not very good for water, is it? All that sugar actually kind of dries you out more than it fills you up. I'm trying to think if there's a natural spring somewhere in this town. I thought I remembered maybe there being one here. Let's check the interactive map real quick. The interactive map is a website outside the game that provides information like this. There's a couple of spots. Mostly just wells and well pumps. There is a natural spring. Okay, alright. So good news, we'll be able to fill this thing up with water. The wells are spotty. There's kind of a random chance for the well to provide water. But the natural springs, so far as I've seen, they're always running. Okay. I don't like that I can't see this fella. And yet he's close enough to be beeping. Is he inside a house? Sometimes the puppets are underground here. You know what? We're just going to leave this area. Because I've seen puppets in this town emerge from underneath the map. And if a beeper does that to us, it's really too bad. There's good loot there. But it'll be game over. And that's $1,000 down the toilet that I just don't need to risk. What I need right now are bobby pins. I've got a 3 out of 3 screwdriver. Oh, miss. sounds like I'm calling in a horde, doesn't it? That's not great. 3 screwdrivers in the police station could be decent loot for us. Sometimes scum doth provide. Bobby pin box, baby. Now we just gotta keep our head on a swivel and our ears wide open. Because if there's players around, they'll hear the horde being called. And we might get swarmed by angry puppets any moment now. Craft this bone needle. Lost a little bit of blood there, but nothing too serious. Only thing I'm worried about is contamination. Since I'm barely wearing any clothes, I don't think that's even really a concern. Let's take off some of this dirty stuff. Are my pants? I don't think my pants are, yeah, my pants don't have anything in the pockets. And that'll just help keep some of the contamination down. Okay. Let's craft a sewing kit. Repair whatever needs repaired. Most of it won't. This is pretty much a brand new kit. And then we'll keep heading towards the police station. We've got 3 lockpick opportunities here. Hopefully, the garage is just up the wall from us here. We'll provide a little bit more screwdrivers. I mean, best case scenario, we get one of those solid 40 out of 40s. But realistically, the best case scenario is the least likely. Just trying to keep my ears open right now. So far, I hear nothing. I think we're okay. Look at all that Chinese in this chat. Fellas, I wish you'd speak English. I'd like to know what you were saying. Nico keeps talking about a program that can auto-translate. I think he's going to hire someone to make the darn thing. Which I would be okay with. Auto-translate would be amazing right now. Who knows what the heck they're saying. There's some white boy looting this town in Z3. Go get him. Oh, wow. 6 out of 6 advanced lockpick. That's nice. If we could find another screwdriver, we could really put that thing to work. Close you. Grow. You're waiting for mod support? You don't think that'll be happening until 1.0, yeah? Yeah, that's what they've said. I think we could get an auto-translate program that would just be like a screen grabber. It would watch the chat area and then recognize characters, input them into a translate website, and print into a window on a separate monitor. Now, that I say that like it's so simple. I don't know how to do it. I just think that should be possible. That's the extent of my programming knowledge. How you doing today, Crow? Glad you're joining us. Can be done. It's a paid service to translate characters. Well, what about Google Translate? Google Translate is free. How's she doing? And how are you holding up? I know you could search that. X characters per time frame. Ah, okay. That makes sense. She's happy she can walk a bit again. So, I don't know if you want to talk about this in chat or not, but I'm not sure I'm aware of what exactly happened. I just heard you say you've been at the hospital. Google has an API, okay. Oh, what do we have here? Oh, you gotta be kidding me with that, miss. I need to recalibrate myself. I am really struggling today. The past few days, actually, with bow shooting. Oh, that ammo is absolute junk. I doubt we'll even get a buck for it. There we go. We got our arrows back at least. Bacterial infection in the knee. So she was operated on. Oh my goodness. And she's walking already? The medicine's gotten a lot better, man. Out of nowhere. Ugh. It's horrible. I'm glad to hear she's walking already. There we go. That's a shot. And you've been taking good care of her, huh? That's what family's for, man. It's good that you could be there for her. Doc was like, WTF? It's never good when the doctor is surprised, right? I don't know how this happened. But doctor, you're the doctor. Tell me how it happened. Well wishes, man. She'll be in my prayers. Here's to hoping for a speedy recovery. It sounds like she's already on the right path. Can't believe a bacterial infection needed surgery, though. That's a crazy infection. Nothing. No water there. Come on, give me more screwdrivers, please. Who are you? Kind of looks like Nero or something, right? Roman garb? Whoa, whoa, whoa. I think there's a garage right here. I was mistaken. This looks like one of those buildings, though, doesn't it? Oh, we got a little puppet up there. Maybe up on the street? Yeah, this is one of those buildings. Diary. These garages on this island have so many boxes in them. I love it. This little town here is wealthy. Flushing the fluid in worst case if the bacteria was a certain type, she needed a new knee. Ooh, that would have been wild. Wow. So it wasn't that type of bacteria. She gets to keep her own knee, right? 'Cause that's major surgery, man. Having parts replaced is no small deal. Just keep moving. '74's lucky for now, but needs to wait for the culture to grow and be tested. Oh, so we're not sure yet. Ooh, bay. Wow. Yep, life happens fast, man. That's a crazy story. Well, best wishes, like I said. Keep her in mind. Absolutely, man. We'll be here. Just getting warmed up still. Still looking for that good loot. It's tempting to drink the ocean, but that never really goes well. Like Charlie Day, right? Drink a little bit of ocean. Just a little bit. Oh, that light. What the heck was that? Okay. Alright, it's a little beacon on the dock there. Ooh. That moment where your stomach falls right down to your toe. Who's coming? I suppose if there was a car coming, I would have heard him by now, though. Nobody runs around with flashlights in this game. If it says check, it's at 0, because if there's any water at all, it'll give you the option to drink. Or fill, if you have an empty bottle. Check. 0. Okay, now we need to go this way. There should be a spring up here somewhere. Just need to listen for it. Keep looking for garages along the way. There it is. Hear it? Okay, that was a little better. At some point here, I lost my bow aim, and that's been problematic for me in events, because bow aim directly correlates with rifle aim. It's not exactly the same, but it's very similar. Alright, let's dump out this soda. I would so much rather have water than soda. Oh, big stretch. And the soda is nice for the calories on the one hand, but... Ooh, I didn't want to do that. But the water for the hydration is just so much better. There we go. Okay, we're going to keep working our way towards the police station. We're pretty close now, too. I don't know how many more garages there are. I know there's a vehicle workshop up ahead. We might find something good there. Vehicle repair kit, car jack, something like that. Is this somebody's house? Checking for landmines. I haven't spent a whole ton of time in this town, so I don't know if... No, it's wide open. That's just the way it is. If somebody put that on the window, they're a fool. Waste of time. Okay, the police station's right up here. We'll hit the vehicle workshop across the road first. See if we can get another screwdriver. That would be amazing. There's 4, 6, I think there's 8 lockers in the police station usually. Oh, somebody's been here. Let's move cover to cover. They left everything wide open, too. They're either brazen or foolish. Let's see, it's been 2 hours since the last server restart. So this could be old sign or new. I think we'll know once we get in there and check for loot. I don't hear any movement. Yeah, I'm guessing this was probably old. So here's a whole vehicle repair kit. That's, I don't know, I guess it is maybe the sort of thing you leave behind, but there's a screwdriver. You definitely don't leave that behind, right? Put on these gloves so we can free up a little bit of room here. Put my pants back on. The murder pants have been equipped. Bolts. There's a couple bucks in here now. I've got some money to make. Ooh, a rebar cutter. Good gracious, I do love that. In 100% condition too. That'll probably fetch almost 600 bucks. All right, now we've got to look at things logically here. At this point, I'm almost carrying too much to bother with the police station. If I find a shotgun, I'm going to have to triple carry the whole way back. If I find a pistol, I could put it in the holster. Let's go ahead and let's pick a couple of lockers, just see what we get. Is this door open right here? No, sir. I don't hear any creepy crawly inside. Alright, let's... 357 ammo. Always nice. More 357 ammo. Kind of unlikely, but okay. A Peacekeeper, 38. That's excellent. We could sell that. I guess I could probably wear the fire helmet and sell it too. I don't know how much they go for. Boom. And a Serpent 357. Well, now we have a loaded pistol. So that's cool. Let's see. We're going to get rid of these bobby pins for sure. We could put on the vest. The vest makes a little bit of room for us. Slide this up, and we're going to take the Peacekeeper out of the holster. Put the 357 in. And let's unbox some ammo here. There we go. Wait. Why does this say 10 out of 20? Is that all there is? This is 30 rounds of 350. Oh, there they are. I see now. Okay, let's hotbar that for quick access. And I guess we hit the rest of the police station. That went really well. What am I leaving on the ground? Just bobby pins and paper, right? M9 flashlight, that's worth a couple of bucks. Oh, we're definitely headed back to the trader after this. This 357 revolver is absolute junk. Absolute junk. It cannot be suppressed. It's slow to fire. It only holds 6 rounds. But in a worst case scenario or an ambush scenario, it could be the difference between life and death. So as much as I want to sell it just to get the cash out of it, I think until I find a semi-automatic pistol, a Block, or a M9, I'm going to have to hold on to it. I don't really have a choice. As crap as it is, it's better than nothing. And when you're doing math against zero, it's infinite. That is to say, it's not untrue that this pistol is infinitely better than no pistol, even though it's maybe the worst pistol. Come on. There we go. That was rough. Hey, that's a good pistol right there. Okay. We need to make room again. Iron lock. Oh, yeah, we've only got 3/10 of a... Okay, we could fit that in there, and that in there. This is the Tetris minigame, if you've never seen it. Come on, move. Yes, that's room. That's room enough. Actually, might as well chamber around for it, too. Okay. So we're going to hold on to this one. I don't have the fame points yet to buy a magazine for this, which is tragic, but we're stepping in the right direction. I think this pistol right here, the HS SF-19, is probably the best pistol in the game because it holds the most rounds. 9mm does enough damage to justify itself and is a fairly common round. Alright, we're at the point now where I'm just going to take off. I don't know... Yeah, I don't even have any pistols, or pistols. I don't have any screwdrivers left. Let's do a quick check up here for backpacks, anything loose. But these two lockers we're not going to be able to get into. That's fine, we got what we needed here. I think this is probably one of the better police station runs I've had in a while. What is that? Oh, yoga leggings. Surprisingly valuable. Can I find space for you? I think if we trade... Casserole cookbook. Why is my brain breaking? This isn't working. 0.5. Oh, it's not quite gonna work, is it? Can I wear these? Hey, I figured it out. I can wear them. No compromise needed. The trick when you're wearing them is to remember to sell them. Yeah, put them on, exactly. Duh. I could find space on my body. Some shorts. I don't think I can wear that. And the pants, right? Yeah. That's okay. They're in pretty poor condition anyway. Not really losing much leaving them behind. Come on, give me another backpack. Binoculars. We can triple carry that. They're worth 100, 150, I think. HSSF. No, it's an M9. M9 magazine. Alright. In this instance, we make room by eating an apple. Just to keep the doctor away. Moving on. That's a full kit right there. Let's go sell. Looks like we're losing some players here. We're still in the mid 40s. And if I'm looking at all this gear, selling every bit of it, this is a 20 out of 20, 100% car repair kit. I think we're going to come out of this probably with around 5,000 in the bank. That's kind of what I'm hoping for. I have to choose between selling the revolver and the automatic pistol, the semi-automatic pistol. Which is a tough choice because the revolver holds 6 rounds, and right now the pistol only holds 1, the semi. Since I don't have a magazine for it, maybe we can get lucky and bump into somebody nice at the trader who would buy us the magazine. I could give him the cash. I don't know. I'll probably keep the good pistol, sell the revolver, and just hold out for a magazine. We could go over towards the torpedo factory and try and loot around that area. There's usually magazines and guns there. Sometimes not even behind locked boxes, just out in the open on a shelf. That might be the move. What's our carry weight right now? 36 to 34, which is overweight, but that's actually a really good thing for us because it'll build our constitution and our strength very quickly. Right, 15 per hour, 0.3 per day. Strength is just, it's one of those that's a little bit slower than everything else. But it goes up consistently, which is nice. You don't really lose the strength stat. You lose constitution if you're not moving. So there's this constant back and forth with con. Strength, you only lose if your protein drops too low. Which means it's slow progress, but it's consistent progress. It's hard not to sprint. But I think we can make better time if we go a consistent, steady jog right now. Although we're doing really well with stamina. This is a good build for that. A couple more hours, another, I don't know, 10, 15, 20 hours, and maybe we'll hit advanced endurance and advanced running, which would be really excellent. Advanced running would make us quite fast, which comes in handy. When you gotta run from another player, fingers crossed your running speed is faster than theirs, right? It's also one of the reasons I don't want to carry heavy right now, because my survival is so dependent on being nimble and efficient. Plus, if I was wearing a combat helmet going into this situation, I wouldn't be able to wear the riot helmet back to the trader. So, it's a cash thing too. It's not just tactical, it's capitalism. We're getting into the danger zone now. I kind of consider this area around the trader, like everything close to it, the common routes in and out of it, to be the danger zone. This is where players are going to be coming and going all the time. And with this many online, I would be surprised if there was nobody else on these islands right now. There's such good spots to start off because there's so many good looting points right in close proximity to the trader. Right, you go to the other traders like the C3 trader on the lake in the snow. First of all, it sucks trying to survive up here where it's cold. And then second of all, your closest towns are this one right here, and then this little installment here on the right, and everything else is really tough to get to. This looks like it's close to the trader, but what are you going to do? Swim through the freezing lake in the middle of the night? Yeah, maybe. Here's the prison right here. That's probably your best spot to find loot, but it's also pretty doggone dangerous. So yeah, if you want to get to the town north of this trader, you pretty much have to run along to the dam and then over to it, or around the right side, the east side of the lake. 65 fame points. I think at 75 we can buy magazines. Let's join this. Turn the volume down a little bit here on the broadcast so that the guns aren't blowing out y'all's eardrums. Ooh, it's already loud. That's right where I'm respawning. Hey, it's D-Main. We're all gonna die now. This man's a phenom. There was never any faster. Okay, I know where we are. I know this little map here. Are we gonna fight for the police station? Come on. Dang it, D-Main. Why am I such a bad aim? I always feel like I'm pointing the gun right at the person, and then somehow I miss and they don't die, which is super frustrating. Whoa. Seriously. That was D-Main again. Man is a crack shot. I got him. Let's go. As a follow-up from my earlier, I bet I hit him a couple of times on that first round of shooting, because he was pretty soft right there. D-Main is my frenemy extraordinaire. I love to compete with him because he really makes me better. Oh my gosh. That was crazy. Okay, D. Okay, D. Cool down. Oh, it's going to put me right back here? Son of a gun. Where's D? Yeah. D-main was right next to me. I heard him just talking in procs right there. Definitely have to work on my aim when I'm under pressure. So I hit a couple of those long shots, but then when that one guy was not so far away and actually a threat, I was struggling to put my crosshair on him. I have to just relax, I think. I thought I heard a little movement to my right. Could be somebody inside a house. I think that's D-main's gun going off. The muffled sounding one. That one. And he just killed a Trejo. Yep, that was D-main. I know that VSS sound. Oh, that was PMMI! She's the one I made the short about yesterday. By the way, first short ever on my channel. Feel free to check it out. It took me 10 hours to make 60 seconds of footage, but I'm pretty proud of it. I definitely see some rough spots in it, considering it was my first time really diving into editing and really giving a care about how it turned out. I'm pretty happy with it. Could it have been better? Yes. And next time it will be better. Oh, that guy was close. There's somebody, like, right underneath me. Oh, well, he's dead now. That hurt. Guaranteed that was D-main, too. PMMI left. Okay, bye. Oh, fair. Fair play to you, sir. He was quick on that. How's my fame points doing? Come on, I needed 10. We haven't gotten one yet? What is this rip-off? What am I doing here? My rifle skill's too high. I'm not getting fame for using it anymore. Oh, that was right at me. Okay. Gotta disappear into a house. I think somebody just killed D-main. Oh! The battle for the house. I won the battle for the house. I lost the battle for the yard. That's alright. Honestly, I don't mind when D-main kills me. The man's so good. Where are you, you son of a gun? Oh, there's two? Oh, I'm gonna die. That grenade brutalized me. Just chucking Hail Marys here now. Really nothing left for me. I'm gonna bleed out any second. Oh, wow, okay. Well, somebody else is using the VSS, not just D-main. I like that we haven't been fighting for the police station this time around. More fighting for control of the East, really. There's some irony in that, isn't there? Oh, my goodness. Started shooting before he even came around the corner. Sorry, D. I'm not falling for that one. Thank you. Woo! Dip, dodge, dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge. Did you see that serpentine? Somebody nominate me for an award. That laser beam missed me. How am I doing, actually, as a matter of fact, now that you say that? I'm not doing as good as this guy, but I am feeling good about it.
You have 30 seconds left.
Take the bait. Come back. Come back. He took the bait. And that guy's dead. Okay. It's a threat eliminated.
You have 15 seconds left.
And he's right
10,
in between those houses
9,
there. Go
8,
go die. Go die.
7,
Go die. Got him.
6, 5, 4, 3.
You can hear the echo. I know where that's coming from. Oh, D main with 1 second left. Nice. That felt good. We got a fame point for it. D main. D main to man. Well, that's 3 Gs because that's how I feel about that. Alright, where were we headed? East. One fame point. So if I do 10 of those events, I'll be able to buy a magazine. Or I could just sell this stuff and keep looting. That was good fun. In the server I was testing out last night, we did a whole bunch of events. We spent most of the night doing events because there's a small group of us that were into it. And I was really doing terribly. I don't know if I was just cooked from editing all day or if they're genuinely like really, really good or their play styles are just different. I don't know what it was. I could barely keep up. One of them definitely was really, really good. There's no doubt about it. He was fast as anything. But it feels good to be doing a little bit better here. It helps when there's more people in an event too. Most of those events that I was doing were 1v1 or 3-for-alls. And that can be really tough. Basically, you shoot and kill somebody, and then the other person knows where you are, and they come hunting you. And I also felt like I needed to do a lot of running around in those events, where in these events here, with more people in them, you can spend a little time hiding in a bush or hiding in a house, and there's still action. But if there's only one other person and you just stand in one place, it's no fun for anybody. D-May? Just out of curiosity, rifle skills high. I need to work on handgun. which I could probably call out in chat and D-Main might oblige, but I don't trust the other people on the server to agree to a proper handgun battle. It might work. That's all right. I want to get this stuff sold. Really want to find out how much money we're gonna have after that. I think it's gonna be decent. There's $100 surcharge for a new card because you can't carry a card around with you anymore. Not on this server. 2-digit PIN code is nowhere near secure enough. I wonder if there are any Scum tournaments. Oh my gosh. There we go. I know how to spell things. English is my first language. Not just my first, my only. I think I'd be a little better at it.
Greetings, valued customer.
Alright. Grab you for 100. Let's make our pin code something really hard to guess, like 1 or 0. Is this a Wish Rust version? No, Rust is the Wish version of this. What do you mean? Look at these graphics.
Please come again.
Nice burn, though. That's funny. I've never played Rust, but I've seen a little bit of gameplay online. I think they are very, very different games.
Feel free to browse
This game's a little grittier, a little more long-term survival focused. They rebalanced the price of these iron locks recently, which I'm super sad about because they used to be incredibly valuable. Sell all this, sell you this. I think that's everything he's going to buy that I'm willing to sell him, except the binoculars. Oh, they rebalanced this too, huh? Oh, never mind. It's just really bad condition. That's all.
Let's see what you have.
Grittier, yeah. Rust is a game where you can get either depression or you get extremely fat. That game is just a lifestyle. That's funny. I never really, I knew it was out there, never tried playing it. I I loved the Arma 2 DayZ mod, and then I found Scum, and kind of switched to this. And ever since, I've not looked back. This game's just great. That's a lot of rags. Feeling okay? You need help? I mean, they're okay. I don't know why they need all those rags for. Okay, bye. Don't try, it'll get me addicted. The second you log off, you're going to get raided. Yeah, well, that happens in this game, too. This server in particular is pretty brutal for it. And that's why I'm playing a very light playthrough here. Lightweight playthrough, right? Most of what I'm focused on is carrying stuff on my back. I'm not building a building. I'm not hiding chests anymore. I tried that. They got raided. And it's pointless. The thing to do is to keep money in your bank account, keep your bank account hidden, and just try to stay alive. You can have all these things, good sir. I don't have anything on my back for you. There's another 1,200. What did I say? I said I thought we'd come out with about 5 grand in our bank account. Yes, you can definitely build bases. I don't think it's going to give me much of an option to show you things here. If you follow the Discord link in the description and go to the screenshots, there's a couple of bases that have been shown in there from members of the community. But there's all these base building elements that you can place in the world, right? Different heights. You can rotate them. Then they snap together. Pretty simple but neat building system. You can build things like garages, airplane hangars. Security's a big deal, right? Doors can have up to 3 locks and lockpicking protection, which zaps anybody who fails a lockpicking attempt, takes some health away from them.
Guns come on.
There's a lot of things that you could do in this game.
Obviously.
All right, this guy's getting everything except my 9mm. kind of hurts selling this pistol because it's loaded, but it's just not worth holding on to, I don't think. Oh, hint on the box of ammo. $162 for this box of ammo right now, but we can get 200 and what is that? $210 for it if we unpack it because the ammunition inside a box is always 100% condition no matter what. At least in this version of the game. Yeah, similar to Rust, right? Like a modular building system.
That thing registered. Kidding. Nobody cares.
This game has a crazy focus on realism mechanics. Oh, I forgot to sell somebody this helmet and
Guns
these
come
pants.
unloaded. Security reasons.
So let me show you.
Obviously.
This is where this game is set apart from all the other games. The metabolism screen, energy is how much food you're taking in. It's your basal metabolic rate plus your activity burn versus your intake against a calorie reserve, and then you can gain or lose fat and muscle, which affects these stats over here, which affect your skills inside the game. There's a really crazy amount of detail in this screen. Tarkov, yeah. Yeah, I like this realism part. I've never played Escape. I've heard it's pretty good. I know a lot of people genuinely love it. I don't have anything against it, just never. I tend to pick a game and get very, very focused on it. I'm not a person who spreads the love too much when it comes to games. I like getting real good at one game, spending a lot of time in it. Scum's a game I think I'm going to put a lot of hours into. Can you play Ghost of Tabor? I don't know what that is. What is that?
Welcome. Feel free
I'm sure
to
I probably
browse
could.
around.
Wasting your life on Rust as of now? Come waste it on Scum, man. This game's incredible. It's a really good community, too. One of the things I love about this game is
Let's see what you
it draws in a more mature crowd. Most of the people, the viewership of my channel is vast majority 25 to 45-year-olds. And the people I encounter in the game generally are adults. Not to say that there aren't griefers and, you know, those kind of common things you'd expect on a server online, public server, but definitely a more mature crowd in general. Joyful Turtle. Can you play Ghost of Tabor? For right now, I'm definitely going to be sticking with Scum. I'm not sure if I'll stream anything else at the moment, but I would look into it. Is that a shooting game kind of? Most toxic out there. Yeah. Yeah, I know the Rust community can get pretty toxic because I've heard that from people. Some people who've come to this game specifically trying to get away from that. All right, let's get naked. Trying to do everything I can as naked as possible. Why? Well, I don't know. It's just what I'm doing. Let's see. We got food, sewing kit. We don't really need repairs on anything right now. This scarf was a gift from a squad mate, so I'm sort of obliged to wear it. You're 35. Howdy, James. How's it going, my friend? Right in the middle of my demographic. I myself am 30, and I'm trying to get to 35 as fast as possible. That's why I spend so much time playing video games. The hours just fly by. Hours become days, days become weeks, weeks skip right to years. There's no months anymore. It seems like every other week I'm another year older. Not sure how that maths, but trust me, it does. Yeah, I appreciate all the support, you guys, too. I see there's almost as many likes as people in chat. That's lovely. Sincerely appreciated. You're 22. Oh, get out of here. You're gone. Kicked out. There's a 25 age minimum. Sorry. About to be 33 in a couple of weeks. Oh, Stony, hold on, man. I'm going to catch you up soon. Jealous. Yeah, I want that baby face and a whole life ahead of me. I remember what I was doing at 22. Shoot, Stony remembers what I was doing at 22. Yeah, we had some fun. Hey, I'm doing good, man. I'm playing my favorite game, hanging out with cool people, old friends, new friends. Yep. Doesn't get better than this. When you're a streamer, every day's a bro down. Enjoy your baby face. It's not gonna last forever. Well, you start using moisturizer and toner, and you ever heard of Botox? I mean, you can keep a baby face straight on into your 60s. Basically, once the rest of your body starts falling apart, you have to let your face fall apart, or it just looks weird. Logging into your server now. Very cool. Did you end up making it into #1 here with us? Because I remember you saying you were going to rock some events with us, right? It's not too late. It's never too late. Three Days Grace, anybody? That should be right in the middle of my demo. Never did. That's cool. Oh yeah, you can cut down trees. Yeah, actually that's another video I might edit together today after my second live stream. Usually I try to do 2 live streams, one in the early afternoon, one in the evening, but that's beside the point. I was on my original server flying a plane, and the server restarted, which it does every 6 hours generally. When I came back in, I was standing on top of a rock, and my plane was upside down in the woods, and I had to cut down like 30 trees to make an impromptu runway through the forest to get the plane back up off the ground. So yeah, you can definitely cut down trees. It's part of the building mechanic too. Right now, I don't have a tool to do that with. There are chainsaws, which will do it really quickly, but you can also craft axes by searching for rocks, and then craft an axe head. There's all kinds of different ways to do tree chopping in this game. Lumberjacking. Obtainable materials, yep, stone. It's not, there's no, like, cooking stuff, right? So you get stone, you use stone for making stone knife or a stone axe or stone uh, arrowheads, but you don't you don't put stone into a forge. There's nothing like that. There's stone, there's metal, there's sticks, there's wood, logs, there's planks, um, there's water, which you need when you're working with concrete and brick. There's bricks, there's cement and gravel, bags. There's all kinds of building materials, and you just upgrade your base through different degrees of basically health points, right? I think it goes from twig to log to plank to metal to brick to concrete is the highest level. There's no sulfur. There is obtainable gunpowder. You can find little canisters of gunpowder in the game. And every item in the game has a durability rating from 0 to 100%. At 0, it disappears. It becomes useless. And after the server reset, it's gone. Gunpowder is one of those items that can have up to 150 uses and up to 100% durability when you find it. The higher the durability, the better explosives it'll make. You can craft ammo, you can craft landmines. I'll show you some of that stuff real quick here. As far as ammunition goes, basically all the calibers, I think, except 50 caliber. If you want proper 50 caliber, you can make pistol 50 caliber, right? The AE Express, Action Express, but a 50 BMG round you have to find. And then there's a bunch of arrows, explosive arrows, crossbow bolts. This one's kind of fun. You can make an arrow with a dildo on the end of it. Servers wipe very, very rarely. Thus far, server wipes have been correlated only with major game updates. The next server wipe we're expecting is going to come hopefully in the next few months, and that'll be the result of the 1.0 or the full release update. Everybody's got their fingers crossed for that. They're going to add NPCs into the game that'll have guns, they'll hold areas, they'll be hostile. Drop ships to bring the NPCs in, quests that will be given. They're definitely going to add a lot of breadth to the game, and they're going to add mod support so the community can start building the game out themselves too. RPK magazine. Ooh, it's in really bad shape though. If we find a toolbox, we might be able to repair that, get a couple bucks for it. 37% though. I don't think it's going to work very well. Jump down here. So right now, because there's so many people online, the puppets are spawning where the most danger is, right? There's a puppet limit on the server, and whoever's in the most dangerous place is pulling the most puppet spawns. Yeah, dude, I can't wait for 1.0. And the server wipes are almost complete, but you get to keep certain things like your character progress and the gold that you've purchased. So once I get hint that the server wipe's going to come, I will try to buy as much gold as possible. And that way, when the server wipe, after the server wipe, I can sell the gold and get cash again. You'll start with 0 fame points, 0 cash, but all of these things, the strength, constitution, so on, and the sub skills within those headings, that stuff's going to persist, as far as I understand it. And that makes a big difference, because that's really what you sink your time into. Cash isn't that hard to find, right? You can find cash pretty quickly. It's easy enough. Find stuff and sell it. That's the real survival loop, besides eating and drinking. But the character building, that stuff takes forever. It's so slow, and very rewarding once you get it. This here is an abandoned bunker, so there's a door that leads to an underground area with the hardest bosses and the best loot in the game. But there's, what is it, like 16 or, I can't remember. There's some crazy number of these on the map, and there's only ever 2 active at a time. So just because I'm here doesn't mean I can get into this one. And right now, with my character just carrying a crafted bow and a machete, I wouldn't even bother. I'm not going in there without armor and a compound and a sword. There's some stuff you need before you can bother trying to do an abandoned bunker. It helps having a partner too. I've tried doing it solo and it goes sideways. There's no chance. I'm sure some people can do it. I just don't have enough experience with these bunkers. Probably what I should do is practice them in a private server where I have admin rights. That's probably the best thing I could do. Go in, give myself some gear, get in there and just try and learn. Alright, thus far, in the, I would say, probably dozens of times that I've come to this spot looting, I don't think I've ever found anything here. I check that crate every time, and I've never found anything in it. I don't know why I keep checking. I guess I'm certain that someday there will be something there. There's a couple of open doors in the area, so I'm not sure what that means. Maybe somebody's around. Carbon Hunter magazine, medical helmet in decent condition too. That'll fetch us a buck. Why did I close out there? 357 ammo. Probably 30 bucks worth of ammo there. Hopefully. Oh my goodness. That's a good shotgun. Oh, I wish I was a little bit more geared up. I would love to keep this gun. Can't be justified right now, though. Combat helmet in even better shape than the medical helmet. Let's go. Ooh, this place is providing right now. It's not always good loot here, but we're getting lucky today. RPK magazine and SDASS. 2 helmets in good shape. A beanie, which, I don't know, it's worth something. It's worth enough to bother taking. Lime green scarf. Probably not going to wear that. Do I look like I'm on a construction site? Alright, that's most of this. I think there's 2 more towers we can loot. One over here in the corner. If I remember correctly. It's been a while Oh my goodness. Y'all should have said something. I had you on low gamma this whole time. Can you even see what I'm doing? Don't be afraid to shout at me for that. There, is that better? Hey, what's that? AS Val magazine? AS Val. It's no HSSF 19 mag, but it's worth a buck. Doesn't this guy look good like this, you know? Just take your pants off and run around naked. That's what I've always said. There's a couple of reasons for this. First of all, if I come across somebody, like another player, and I manage to murder them with my machete, I want them to die looking at my naked body. The other reason is, since we're not wearing the clothes, they're not deteriorating. Like our boots right now need repair. They're at 87%. And by not wearing stuff, we can avoid those repairs. Improvised sewing kits are both abundant and rare. Right, you need wire, or not wire, you need thread or nylon line in order to craft them. And those things can be found, but sometimes it's just a long period of time between finding decent thread and not. So when I get a sewing kit, I try to preserve it. I bungled that thought up, but I think you followed me, right? Alright, one other little building down here in the corner. Maybe we find like a shuriken, or I suppose there's a chance we find some ammo. Maybe the magazine we want. Not a very likely chance. Okay, bird shot. Basically useless, but we'll put it in here. And low quality ammunition is risky to put in a gun because it can jam it. And then if the gun jams, you kind of have to fiddle around with it to get it working again. Shotguns seem especially prone to this. And you'll be shooting it, and you'll say, okay, I know I've got 7 rounds in this shotgun. And you pull the trigger, it goes, you pull the trigger, click. And you're like, no, I only shot 1, there should still be 6 rounds in there. And that's the gun jamming or the round failing to fire. The only thing you can do at that point is press reload, and it'll clear the jam, jimmy the gun, get you working again. In a combat situation, even against the puppets, that's a real problem, trust me. Those couple of seconds between realizing you're not going to fire and clearing the jam, that could be the difference between life and death. With the health mechanics, you don't even have to take fatal damage to die. If they cut you up enough, you'll be bleeding and you can get infected. And that's pretty much the end of your journey, unless you've got antibiotics on you or strong alcohol like whiskey or vodka. You can disinfect wounds with those things. And then the dirtier your clothes are, the more likely you are to get infected when you have an open wound. So that's another reason to be naked. It's just to avoid the contamination when you get attacked. It's not a good reason, but it is a mechanic. By the same token, you can find soap out in the world, which you bring to a body of water, and you can use it to clean your clothes. That is super, super grindy, though, and it doesn't last. There's some problems with that system. The clothes get dirty so fast that pretty much by the time you turn around and run away from the water, you're back up to 50% filth in your clothes. I don't bother doing it anymore. It's fun for a role play. The real usefulness of it, excellent. Broadhead metal arrows. Look at that. Almost a whole stack, too. That's solid. I think the best use case for soap, there's 2. You can use it to clean stuff that's been irradiated. If you spend time in the radiation zone, anything that you bring with you will get irradiated. It'll gather radiation, and then you can use soap and water to clean the radiation off. The other thing is, if you're making homemade bandages, you can clean your clothes that you're going to cut up into rags, clean them first, cut them into rags, and then disinfect them, and that maximizes their effectiveness. Suerno? Chivo? My Spanish is rusty, my friend. You miss playing. Well, you should come back in. The game misses you. Best survival game on the market, right? Gotta find a magazine for this pistol, man. Feeling vulnerable. How long has it been since you played? PC's not even hooked up. Been like 4 months. Well, I've got some advice for you. You probably already have this advice, but I say plug that thing in and get playing, man. Taking 4 months off of this game, that's like breaking up with a lover. How could you stand it? The heartbreak. Calo Tomar Longi. Yo. What's up, my friend? Is this your first time here? Welcome in. Welcome in. You are new. I love it. Well, we're glad to see you. Links to the Discord down in the description. Feel free to join the community there. We put our stream announcements in the Discord. We've got other Scum streamers that we try to keep up to date with, post their content. Got a new sub now. Let's go. I love it, my friend. Amazing. Much appreciated. Are you a scummer? Do you play the game? Are you a gamer or a game fan or both? Okay, what did we come here with? I mean, mostly military loot, right? We're gonna go straight to the armory. What version of the game did I start? I don't know what the version was. My first live stream on this channel is from 2019. Goes way back, and that was this game. The backpacks, the survival mechanics, everything was so different. The chest inventory was terrible. I'd forgotten about all of that. But I did that for, I don't know, let's say 50-ish hours maybe in 2019, and came back to the game about 2 or 3 months ago now. So I took a big break in the middle, and I played an hour or two here and there when they first dropped the cars, maybe like the .8 update. But most of my experience has been in 9.5, the current version. We're going to sell off all of this. Take that. Carbon Hunter, RPK. 82 bucks for this even at 37% condition. You can't complain about that. Yeah, it's like a new game since 2019. Oh my goodness, absolutely. Does it take money to download this game? Yes, yeah, the game I think costs 30 or 40 bucks right now. But it's still early access technically. It's not full release. It'll probably go up when they go full release, I imagine. I mean, it plays like a AAA title. I think it's probably worth the 60 bucks. But I'm glad I got in early because it sucks spending money. Yeah, that's everything. Oh, the helmet. We could sell that. Am I wearing anything else? Am I holding anything? .6 was the last version you loved most. So you must have started early on, and you've stayed in the game consistently. What was .6? Was that when they brought in the SUVs? It's been so long. I don't have a memory for that sort of thing. Okay, we're doing really good here. I know my first live stream. Look at this guy's funds are almost 0. Holy crow, I've never seen that before. My first live stream, there weren't even safe zones. The map was way smaller. Okay, yeah, just double checking here. I think we're going to sell all that stuff. I'm happy to do it.
Unloaded. Security reasons, obviously.
Alright, basically that's all of what we came to sell. Look at this, I've been running around with my bank card this whole time like a fool. .5 was the map expansion. I think the traders added a lot to the game. How do you feel about the hordes? I know a lot of people complain about the hordes.
Welcome.
I personally like them. I think they add something to the gameplay. They make it interesting and dangerous. The puppets can get pretty easy to deal with. quite honestly. Once you get used to them, and you don't need much. Wooden arrows and a crafted bow will protect you from individual zombies, no problem. Every time. Why? What? Are we making improvised rope? Is that what this is? Let's see. Currently craftable. Bundle of rag strips. Can you make this into rope? From rag strips. Oh, interesting. I am not going to use up my machete on that, but I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think that this rope can be sold. So this could be somebody really just farming for money right now. Look at that, $6. Can you imagine the grind for $6? Look, this guy's funds are almost zero too. Holy crow, it's only 3 hours since the last server restart. That happens fast. You preferred no traders and using fame for spawning, having multiple flags. Yeah, multiple flags would be nice, for sure. I'm surprised about the traders, and I kind of understand the fame for spawning, actually. I think using cash is a bit annoying because it requires you to go to the traders. And that, like, I started a new character on a server I was testing out last night, and it put me in right near the big city. And so what I wanted to do was wander around the big city and try and build my character there. But then I realized if I die, I'm going to lose all my progress because I have no money and no way to make money. I have to go to a trader. And to travel to a trader from the big city, it's so far, right? The big city's up here between D3 and D4, and your nearest trader is C2. And really, from C2, the only good loot is down here in B1 airfield and then west, which brings you to the B4 trader. So basically, by requiring you to use money to respawn, they're forcing new players out of these areas and requiring them to be over here in the B3, B4 regions or down here in the Z3, Z2 island, which I don't know that that really adds much to the game. I think it takes away from the game, as a matter of fact. Let's see. So those are the two closest spots. I suppose the next thing is we're going to go to that city in Z2. It's a bit longer of a run, but there's a couple of places we might be able to find pistol magazines, which is what we need right now. As someone with over 6,000 hours, C2 has everything you need. Well, yeah, with the prison there, right? And then this town. I don't know about is the dam even worth going to anymore? I was playing on a test server a few streams ago with a friend, Nico. We were doing skydiving, base jumping, actually, off of the dam. And I spent some time kind of wandering around there. And with all the mechs, I figured there would be loot, but it seemed pretty bunk. And I think he has his loot turned up to 1.5 on that server. And still, I was surprised at how little there was to be gained, considering the danger. Glad to have you back, good sir. Glad to have you back. Was that your I'm buying Scum right now break? Yeah, the fame point grind is slow right now, too. 68 fame points up from 65, like, 30 minutes ago. That's after doing an event. I need, what, 7 more fame points, and I think I can buy magazines at 75. Pretty sure. Yeah, there's an interesting thing that happens with games in development, too, is the player base gets used to a certain way that the game is, and then the developers want to add more features to the game, but that sort of alienates the original player base because they were playing for the way that the game was, not for what they thought it would become. And that's difficult because by adding the traders and adding a lot of these hordes and everything else, the developers are opening themselves up to a broader and broader audience, but they're alienating the original player base that preferred those original mechanics. The bunker, trader, and radio station, if you can control C2 with a squad, it's very profitable. Oh, interesting. Maybe if I end up diving into that other playthrough on that other server, maybe I will spend some time there. You're from Asia, and $30 is like 3,000. 3 months allowance. It's still 18 in college. It would take some time before I could play. Hey, understood, man. Until then, there's tons of good streamers out there. Obviously, you've stumbled across me. If you haven't heard of them, Red Rum, Reaper. Let's see. There's a bunch. Caladron, Sucraboo. There's a bunch of really good creators. There's one guy who I highly recommend checking out, especially if you haven't played the game. Let me grab his channel. YouTube. Yeah, YouTube. Can we just please hold on one second? What do you mean YouTube doesn't exist? Definitely check out this guy's channel. He doesn't live stream, but he makes edited videos, and he plays the game differently than most people play it. I think it's really quite entertaining. Definitely worth the watch. Your squad made over $400,000 cash in a day in zero point 0.7 of a week. Oh, in zero point 0.7, week 2 of Wipe on official farming only in C2. I parsed it out. My brain started working halfway through there. I gotcha. During the zero point 0.7 update, you made 400K after the second week of a fresh wipe. Hey, Nico, thanks for joining us, man. Oh, yeah, I'm not trying to kick you out. Not at all. Just promoting Load Toad, man. I think he's doing something great. That's all. Worth checking out after the stream or whatever. Yeah, I'm always glad to have people chatting with me, for sure. Nico knows that. Nico's a longtime viewer, man. He's been here basically since the first video. Man showed up and said hello. And he's been a huge supporter ever since. Everybody share some love with Nico. He's the man. Alright, we're getting pretty low on energy here. I'm going to grab another sip of this water and then probably eat the grapefruit because the cereal will keep for a very long time. The grapefruit is going to decompose a lot bit quicker than the cereal. Ooh. Ooh. I feel like the mic's peaking a little bit today. Let me move it away a little bit more. Well, let me know if I'm blowing out the speakers on you, because I've been changing things, and I'm not sure every change is a good change. Let's destroy this card right now. I don't mind spending $100 to get a fresh one. Very nice. I had $0. I think I was negative 250 2 days ago, and I don't know, we're looking at maybe 6 hours of gameplay, and probably only 3 hours of that was focused on making money. We're back up to 8,500. Feeling pretty good. Solo play makes you play quite differently. Yeah, oh, for sure. I've got a squad on this server, but I'm far more active than they are, because at the moment, I'm full-time streaming. Not sure how long that's going to last, but right now I can do that, so I am. And it's very different when they're online versus when I'm solo. This solo play is a lot slower paced, moving from point to point carefully and cautiously. You know, I get to keep all the cash that I make, which helps a lot. I like solo. I like it quite a bit. I think squad play is great if you want to dominate a region, if you want to build a big base. Obviously, those things are best to do with a squad, but solo play gives you the opportunity to kind of stay primal, stay low gear, just build a character that suits your play style instead of blending in with the squad. I absolutely will be a full-time streamer as long as possible, and who knows, maybe I can transition this into an actual profitable job. I'm hoping that's the goal. Just came back from the power plant with 2 full containers of uranium. Don't know what the cash value is yet. Dude, 2 full containers of uranium, you're probably looking at 30 to 40K. That would be my guess. Of course, it depends on the condition of the uranium. Were you lockpicking or crowbarring? If you were lockpicking and that stuff's all at 100%, you're going to be a very wealthy man very quickly. That's actually not a bad idea, Nico. Lockpicked. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's crazy loot, dude. That's such a thought. I didn't even consider that yet on this server. If I can get if I could get a couple of magazines and a pistol together and a squad mate, just one, I'd probably prefer to do it with Corpse. He and I work really well together in the bunkers. If we could hit a bunker or two, regular bunker, and just get 2 radiation suits and a couple of good yellow handled lock screwdrivers, uranium's such a cash cow. Especially early game like this, I wouldn't mind running there and back. It's a run. It's a long run from there to the A0 trader. But we could do it. I mean, it would take probably, I'm guessing, almost an hour to get to the power plant from the A0 trader on foot. And it's going to be probably an hour and a half coming back with all that weight on our back. But my goodness, great googly moogly, would it be worth it? Bow for the beepers and bow for the rest. Easy peasy. Yeah. Well, the pistol I want for the bunker, just because when the hordes come in, sometimes you need to be able to really take out a whole bunch all at once. I don't think I need anything other than a bow for the radiation zone. A bow and, yeah, a melee weapon, of course. And if I had a katana, that would be scrum diddly umptious. Ooh, that would make me very happy. Need to urinate. Yep, that makes sense. Go ahead, let it go. Let it go. Right here on the side of the road. No chance this goes wrong for us. Server pop took a nosedive in the last hour. We were at 64 players when I joined into the server. That would have been, I guess, almost 2 hours ago now. And we're down to 34 at the moment. So we lost 30 players in about 2 hours. No surprise. That's how it goes. It ebbs and it flows. Do this. Oop, not that. Let's move these arrows over. I think now they get priority, right? Yeah. That's surprising to me. I don't know who made that decision, but the fact that your inventory priority goes from right to left messes with my head. This, my friend, is a game called Scum. It's a zombie survival game based on a dystopian future where you become a prisoner on an island game show, fighting for fame and survival against other prisoners and the quote-unquote puppets, which are effectively zombies that are being remote controlled or autopiloted by biocontrol units installed in the back of their neck. And we'll actually show you that biocontrol unit. Can we see it here? Oh, you can't really see it on Treo, can you? I'll point it out in the next puppet we come across. Very cool game. How does the whole stuff work? That is a great question. The goal is to stay alive, to gather fame points and money. You can build houses, you can build all kinds of different structures, right? There's a modular building system. All these different pieces can be assembled to create a base and create chests and wardrobes to fill the base up, decorate it. Depends on what you want to do with the game. It's a sandbox, it's an open world. But right now we're selling stuff, trying to build up our character, so we have this green zone trader over in Z3, Z2 area, and we go there to sell our goods and generate money that we can use to buy better gear. kind of like Rust. Definitely more focused on survival. More detailed on the metabolism mechanics. This is our metabolism screen where we look at our energy levels, water levels, how many kilograms of fat reserve we have on our body, right? Our performance score down here is measured against our gear weight, our base statistics, and our health screen. Bad health effects will lower your ability to perform in game. And you build all these skills up over time. Every moment you spend running gives you an additional amount of running skill. I'm saying that poorly, but this running bar fills up the more running we do, and then we can run faster, and it's less costly on our stamina and energy to run as we improve it. Still early access, still has some bugs, but what a great community and great value for gameplay. Yeah, it's right now it's a pretty inexpensive game. I expect it's going to go up once they do full release, and they're constantly updating. Every week they're working on it. Instead of the PvP, it's more survival and logical. To some extent, there's different ways to play, right? This server that I'm on right now is a higher population server, so I'm here hoping to find PvP encounters. That's kind of my goal. And all this stuff is kind of secondary. The first time you play through, I recommend focusing on the mechanics of the game because they are so detailed and they can be a bit they can require some time to understand them and utilize them to your advantage. But yeah, at this point I'm looking for player interactions. I really want to just kill people with a machete. That's my goal. But there's all different ways to play. Some people want to play against the environment, and their main focus is hitting the hardest areas with the toughest bosses. Some people want to build a big squad and compete with other big squads. I've got a friend who his entire focus in the game is building bases. That's all he does. He builds a base and then leaves the server and goes to another server and builds a base. He doesn't know that that's what he's doing, but that's the only thing he likes is building bases. You gain real life experience. You might, man. Yeah, it's pretty detailed. You can pick mushrooms up off the ground, and then some of them are poisonous and some of them are food. Good luck to you. Hey, a beer. Let's go. Oh, another beer. How about it? Sit down and take a rest for a minute. There's some poor quality milk right here, which is still good for vitamin D, but we're doing okay on D at the moment. I think I'll skip the spoiled milk. Oh, you're training a new player, huh? And she's loving it. That's awesome. I love to hear it, man. I love to see the Scum community grow. Such a great game. And it's just going to keep growing as time goes on here. The game only gets better. The player base is only increasing. I see big things for this game moving forward. And yeah, there's also... Oh, look at this. An open door. We should be careful in town here. I'm being kind of reckless, but this is a pretty common area for people to hang around. There's good loot here. There are events inside the game that are purely focused on PvP. You drop in with a full kit. You can choose a rifle, a pistol, and a melee weapon, and then you respawn for free. There's really no cost to death, and you get to go around just PvPing. Earned a viewer. Hey, I love to hear it. Thank you, thank you. I try to stream twice a day, around 6 days a week. Sometimes I stay up too late and I have to stream one stream per day, but I'm doing my best to be very consistent for now. Thanks for joining us, my friend. We'll do our best to keep you entertained. I really need to listen, though. I'm fairly concerned. We saw one open door. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Absolutely. All the support we can get right now is very appreciated. Still a growing channel, and The faster I grow, the more likely it is I'll be able to continue doing this, which is really what I want to do. 6 days is insane. Yeah, well, I'm kind of a madman. Kind of a madman. That schedule might change slowly over time, too. Yesterday is normally my day off. Sundays I try to take off. And I spent 10 hours yesterday making my first ever short video. So I spent 10 hours to produce 57 seconds of content, and I'm actually fairly happy with how it came out, but yeah, it was a grind, man. I enjoyed it, though. I'm going to do more of that, and unless I get a whole lot faster, there's going to have to be some compromise between live streaming and content production. What is this? Oh, it's a turlet. It's so dark. I almost have to watch the YouTube stream just to get the gamma boost from OBS. Can't barely see anything in here. Okay. I don't hear anything right now. I don't see any puppets. Pretty good odds. I don't think anyone's here in my close vicinity at the moment. Broccoli. Look at all this good food. Broccoli's got that vitamin K, baby. Those. Not very much energy here, but tons of micronutrients. Really good stuff. Eat that. You found a creator who doesn't spend 1 minute on a 58-second short. Oh no, it was probably a 7 minute interaction that I chopped down to 60 or 57 seconds, but the I don't know. I just enjoyed the process. I don't have to get into the details of it. I found a song that I really liked for the backtrack, and then I tried to edit the video to kind of hit certain beats in the rhythm so that it would feel like almost a well, so it would match my branding, right? It would almost be musical mayhem. That was kind of the goal. I didn't even think of it at the time, but that was the goal, was to create musical mayhem. Feels like cocaine when you find the right game. Oh, yeah, buddy. Yeah. Let's just say this. Games are my anti-drug. It used to be. Yeah. Cocaine video games. There is a subtle difference, right? But it's subtle. Okay, open doors here too. They came through this way. So let's check back here where they came from and see if there's any good loot hanging around. Padlock. Decent loot. Depends on what you're doing, right? We got to see how recently anybody was here. These are things that somebody would leave behind. A mask, a scalpel. Not very valuable stuff. Not very useful stuff. What's the most valuable item? That's a good question. I think probably the most valuable single item is the pickup truck called the Rager. You could sell that for about $20,000 if it's fully constructed. Yeah, if you're talking about things that you can carry, uranium is probably the most valuable, kilo for kilo, size for size. Pink Gilly, very valuable item, very rare. Yeah, that sells for like 6 grand for the Gilly top, right? Something like that. Okay, yeah, we looted the bathroom. What do we find in here? Soap? Nothing. Pair of undies. Did I just see a light? I don't know. But there's all different. The loot system, I think, is actually pretty balanced. Like right now, we're going through a hospital in the town because the medical loot, like pills, these antibiotics here are incredible, very useful, and very valuable. And they don't take up any room, right? They're basically one of the smallest things you can carry, and they're worth decent money. So you can carry a whole bunch of them. If you fill your backpack up with good pills, you can make $18,000 to $30,000 from a single backpack full, and it's not that hard to do. How much value is 20k? What kind of progression or stuff can you get? So it depends on what you're trying to do, right? The rifles, if you try to buy rifles outright, just purchase them from the trader, they're very, very expensive, anywhere from like 16,000 to 30, $40,000. Pistols are pretty cheap, But the thing is, you can find rifles out in the environment, so there's no point in buying them unless you're really attached to one specific gun that you want right now. The thing to do with money is if you find a good pistol, you buy magazines and ammo for it and a suppressor. And those things all together maybe cost 4, 5, maybe $5,000 to $6,000 if you already have the pistol. So it depends. You can buy a truck, you can buy a dirt bike. Dirt bike's about $36,000. Truck's like $70,000. But the question is, do you want to? Do you really want to spend your money on that? Katana costs 22. Yeah, the golden one, right? I think you can buy the regular katana for 13. Of course, there's variability in the economy too. So the more people, well, I don't know if it's tied to the players, but there is fluctuations. Prices go up, prices go down. I'm not sure if it's random or if it's tied to economic activity. Katana equals truck. Yeah, you could sell a truck to buy a katana. Or you could sell 20 katanas to buy a truck. Hmm. We found a single pill so far. I think probably whoever was here is not here now, but we're looking at maybe 15 to 20 minutes ago they were here, judging by the quality of the loot. And I did just hear a puppet walking around, so we're going to have to keep our eyes open. I don't think we're definitely alone, right? I'm not sure if there's somebody around at the moment. Inconclusive. Can I not get through these windows? You son of a gun. There we go. Yeah, it's about a tenth. That's right. EO, hey, how's it going? Thanks for popping in. Working and lurking, but you're here? You know I love the lurk. Glad you could stop by. I hope work's going well for you. Caught some of your stream last night, man. That game is just crazy. It's frightening. The Outlast Trials. EO, also a streamer. And a great person. I don't know what we're looking for anymore. I guess I need to focus on trying to get some screwdrivers so I could go through the police station again. Even if I can't find any, we'll go through the police station because magazines can be found even without opening lockers. Oh, please, no thanks necessary. You know that. Okay. We do need to find the gun store, which is somewhere over here. I may have gone too far now, as a matter of fact. I think I have gone too far. But there's a garage right here. Boss called, you need to go, but I'll try my best to be here next time. Hey, it sounds great, man. Thanks for stopping in. Be safe, and we'll talk soon. And everybody's always welcome into the Discord, so if you want to join the Discord, we can communicate there, and I try to remember to post my streams there as well. Thanks, my friend. Appreciate it. Bye for now. Boom. There's the link to EO. If y'all like what I'm doing, you should definitely check out EO's content. She's excellent. Good crowd there, too. Always a good time in chat. Your chat is poppin'. Poppin', EO. You've got some crazy characters that hang out with you. I love it. Alright. Slide on down here. Here's another garage. Hey, is anybody around? It would be so funny if I got shot in the face right now. Jumping up and down like that, I deserve it. I don't want a PvP EO? You don't know that. I would love to PvP EO. Hopefully she destroys me, and then I'll get better. You PvP monster, EO? It sounds like a challenge to me. I'm not one to back down from a challenge. That's funny. We'll see. Someday we'll see. Dominate me? Hey, I'm okay with that. Only one way to get better, and that is practice. I like getting bested, even if I find it frustrating. Sometimes what hurts the soul is good for the body. Hey, let's go. A little screwdriver action. It ain't a mimosa, but it is a screwdriver. You know what I'm saying? You want to see how not to PvP? Watch me. Oh, come on. It can't be that bad. It can't be that bad. I got on a server last night with some real sweats, man. I thought I was decent at PvP. These boys showed me what PvP is. Oh, goodness, EO, thank you. You don't have to do that. You're at work right now. Really appreciate that. Going above and beyond. Always, always. Okay, this is the police station here, right? Yeah. A couple of garages out back. See if we can find something decent here. Come on, pair of jeans. I'll put those on. I'll wear them if only to sell them. Actually, I'll not put them on until I need to. Lime green paint can. Is this the bow? No, that must have been the other server. Okay. Take this in hand. Paint. Wire. Set first color. There we go. Now we got a custom bow. That's the way right there. Ooh, this place is pretty tapped, huh? Is that a... Oh, there's a whole backpack there. And some nylon line. Let's go. Good loot, good loot. It's the good stuff. Fancy. Nice fancy lime green bow. That's so all my enemies know where I am. You want some mayhem? Come and get it. I'll put my murder pants on. Alright, well we got a 2 out of 3 screwdriver. That'll pop a couple lockers open. This door is open here. We're definitely in the danger zone. This is going to be the most contested part of the city. The police station's always where people want to go because that's where the good loot is. Still unofficial, yes. U.S. East #1. We switched over to a new official so we could get a little more action here. But I do like it. You know, it gets a little weird at times, but I get a little weird at times. I don't mind it. Put that backpack inside this backpack. Trucker jacket. It's in pretty poor condition. I don't think it's worth carrying along. The real question is, can I fit that whole bumper in this backpack? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Not a problem. I don't think we need the top class backpack. I think, I don't know, the bumper and the backpack are worth probably close to the same, actually. It's a TC brand is pretty valuable at the trader there. Alright. Bumper stays on the flow. Heard anything about that cheat report? To some extent, yeah, I was contacted by an individual that runs his own server, and he said that it's unlikely they'll be able to do anything because in order to, because of the user license agreement that the developers created. They need to actually see somebody cheating in real time or have some pretty specific evidence that I was unable to provide. So there's probably not going to be any action taken. There's a couple other factors involved too, but this person kindly invited me into their server, which is public, and which I am able to stream from and share with people who I stream to. Um, the only reason I'm not jumping on that opportunity right now is because I want to talk to the squad mates first and see what they're feeling. I like this server here. I don't want to switch over to a lower population server. That one's got, on average, like 5 to 10 people. It'll peak around the 20s, and this server seems to average around 30, and its low is around the 20s. So I'm not sure yet. It was a really nice invitation. I put a little time in there. I like the crowd, but we'll see. The nice thing about that server is because it's private, they're not restricted in the way that the public servers are. They can make different rules that are a little bit more tight, and they can ban players with less reason. So we'll see. I'll talk to the boys. I think if I started streaming from there and started calling anybody who watches to join us there, we might be able to build up the population on that server a little bit, which would be great. So one step at a time. For now, I'm willing to put up with the cheaters just to have the action. Hey, 72 bucks. I'm rich, bitch. That's it, though. No more cash. Leaving Mayhem broke. Ooh, an AK-15 magazine. That's kind of crazy. Just find that in a locker at a police station. How about an SF-19 mag? Come on now. You know what I need. Provide. Got a fishing hat up here. 38%. Not even going to pick that up. Not even going to pick that up. Stab-proof vest, 26%. Not going to bother. Alright, I'm going to take a little risk. I need a bio break. I'll be back in about 30 seconds. Make sure I don't die while I'm gone. Alright, chat? Y'all did it. You kept me alive. Ooh, but I might die of starvation if I'm not careful, huh? Let's put this backpack down for a moment. There you go. And we're going to eat an egg. Crack it on your tooth, split it with a hand, swallow it whole. And how about some pineapple? That's probably going to fill us up really quite quickly. It's a bulky item. Ooh, that raw egg digests quick, fast, and in a hurry, huh? Should be a good protein boost, though. Keep our strength growing. We're at 2.839, and at 2.85, we get the jump to 2.9 strength, which has some mechanical advantages within the game. Looking forward to that moment. Alright, 42% calories. We have an intake rate of between 6 and 900 calories. That's going to drop off quickly, though, because both the pineapple and the egg are fast food. They're going to digest pretty quickly. Same with this chocolate. It's got a little bit of holding power because of the fats within it, but not a lot. So we'll combine all those things. We'll probably bounce up to, I don't know, maybe 80% food saturation, and then we'll drop right back down again. But that's okay. That'll do for now. Keep us moving. We're pretty much full up on loot again. We've got, what, 3 backpacks, 4 backpacks, and a bunch of magazines and some good stuff. We're going to go sell. It's a bit of a trip back, but hopefully we'll hit that 75 mark soon so I can buy magazines for this pistol. And then we could try and do something a little more risky. Something a little bit more hoardish, like the torpedo factory. Which, to be fair, I'll do that with a bow. It's a long way to travel. And as close as I am to being able to purchase these magazines, I figure I might as well wait to take the long journey. Because if I hit 75 on the way there, I'm just going to wish I could turn around and go back to the trader, so best not tease myself, lest I do something untoward. Moments like these, I wish I had a boat. And then the second I had one, I would be sad I did. And the problem with the boats is the utter lack of speed and the insane noise they make. I don't know why they have to be so loud. Brutalizes my eardrums. Both the boats and the planes. If I use either of those, I basically go straight into the settings and turn the sound down to like 10%. That's loud enough. Goodness gracious. Yeah, I get it. Boat engines make a noise. I think part of that is the carry distance, right? The louder the sound, the farther it will carry. And you can hear a boat and a plane from a very long way away. So I kind of understand that mechanically within the game, but it would be nice if they could attenuate a little bit locally, like inside the boat, attenuate it by 40 or 60%. There's no need for our eardrums to blow out so that some guy on the shore a half a kilometer away can hear us. Do the earplugs do anything? I've put them in. They don't seem to do anything. Use the earplugs. I mean, if they work, man, if the earplugs work, I'll start carrying them. But when I say the boat makes my ears ring, I mean my actual ears inside the headphones get tinnitus. So many years of loud music and loud motorcycles and shooting guns. It all adds up to an uncomfortable ringing that's sometimes unavoidable. If you didn't know, there actually is a sound of silence. And it's about 13,000 hertz. Hertz with a Z, but also hurts with an S. Like, ouch, that hurts. Alright. We're making good time, at least. I suppose we could go to the bike track while we're on the path to our last few fame points. It's not far from the trader, and there's usually good screwdrivers there. You can usually find 2 or 3 screwdrivers. Sometimes you get lucky and find a yellow. Alright, if we jog downhill right now, we should be able to recover some of this stamina. What's our carry weight right now? 26. We're not all that heavy, really. Most of what we found was empty space, right? We've got backpacks inside of backpacks, which is good for our carry weight and for our pocket. I don't know how much these backpacks sell for. I think probably like 150 to 300 each, something like that. Depending on what kind of shape they're in, we might hit them with a repair kit before we sell them. We've got 11 out of 15 uses there, and 8 out of 10 nylon line, so just a little bit more thread or line. If I can find any more thread or line anywhere, I'll be able to make a new sewing kit. So it's probably worth it to use the one I have to get maximum value for the stuff I'm going to sell. Might have been wrong about this bounce up here. I was expecting to get close to 80% energy. Looks like we're sticking around 60. But that's okay. I want to keep losing weight. get that body fat percentage down to around maybe 14, 15%, and then we'll try and maintain for a little while. Hear my leg twitching. That's because I'm so tired from all this running around. I'm having muscle spasms. I hope that doesn't turn into a cramp. I'm gonna find a more comfortable position here. There we go. That's better. Alrighty. 97, there's 100%. Very good. Keep her moving, bud. We're getting chilly. Still 36.6, which is the right proper body temperature. And you got a degree and a half in either direction you can go before you start to see any ill effects. Hypothermia, hyperthermia can be very, very dangerous. And you'll see that just moving around decreases the severity of the coldness, which makes good sense to me. Let's check our watch. It's still only 7:14 in the morning, too. By midday, we'll be sweating, just jogging, even with nothing on. I think the backpack itself adds a little heat to us, right? The scarf, the backpack, the gloves, the boots, the socks, all of it adds a little bit of heat. Adds heat or provides insulation, however you want to look at it. Alright, we got a bridge crossing coming up. Notoriously risky, but also more or less unavoidable. I don't think I can carry this backpack across the water and swim. So I really don't have a choice. But it's been fairly quiet here so far. A risk worth taking, I would say. Trying to look off there in the distance. Sometimes cars can pop up in that location. And I think it's one of those spots people don't often check. Kind of hard to tell. I don't think I see anything there right now. I've been wrong about that before. But I'm not gonna make the trip over for what is probably nothing. We're just gonna get to the trader, sell whatever we can sell, and then we'll head to the bike track, start looking for screwdrivers. Go on now. Stam up. 26 is fairly heavy. Our performance score is 64%, and that's going to affect how quickly we recover stamina and burn it. Looking at this, I don't know that we're going to get quite as much from this cell as we got from the first one there, but we should still come out, I would say, close to another $1,500 richer, something like that. Should be pretty decent. What the? Was that a sound glitch, or did I just hear footsteps? Could have been a sound glitch. It did happen during a lag spike. I think I just heard my footsteps next to me. But we're going to run away from the noise, just in case. Try and pass through bushes here. Staying alive, staying alive. Oh, staying alive. Yep. If that was somebody, they didn't attack us yet. Boom. Oh, I'm just getting paranoid. I'm hearing sounds everywhere. Could be the wind in the trees, too. I think there's a sound that the trees make during breezes that I haven't familiarized myself with, and it occasionally tricks me into thinking it's a branch breaking on a twig breaking on the ground, or a footstep. Lovely singing. I love the way you lie to me. It's so sweet. Don't ever stop. Starting to get gassed, but I think we can maintain pace over the top of the hill. I see you. I know what you're doing. If we can get to the down slope here, we'll be able to recover this stamina. Maintain a decent pace. Shift W to keep running. Look at that. No hands. There's a little bit of loot down here at the salt factory, salt flats. I don't know what you call this thing exactly. Definitely salt production. I don't know that the loot's really worth it. It's fairly risky because there's usually a pretty high chance of hordes popping up, and the loot is like iffy at best. You can always find salt there, which is good if you're going to cook meats, but the other type of loot, you know, there's crates and whatnot you can dig through. Sometimes you get something decent. We're not going to bother right now. We're just going to run right past. He's the singing. Yeah. Thor is our resident vocal stylist. The loot sucks there. Yeah, I mean, depends. You can find toolboxes. Sometimes there's a dirt bike or a bicycle. I think you can find tools too, right? Like a pickaxe or a shovel occasionally. Oh, I guess it depends on what you're looking for. There's not much to sell, really. There's some good crafting materials. Maybe. Yeah, Thor knows what he's doing, too. Like, at first I was sort of concerned that he didn't realize he was singing for stream, but now he'll do the thing where he's like, oh, no, you're streaming, I'm not gonna... And then he just starts singing. Okay, Thor. Okay. Keep it up, man. I love it. My favorite part of the night is when he starts singing. It just makes me smile every time. I bet you have. Yeah, I bet you have. He's not shy about it. He plays coy. But he likes doing it. And I love that he likes doing it. I think it helps that everybody encourages him, too. Thor's the man. I hope someday he watches some of these live streams. Alright. Let's take a drink. Catch our breath. See. 59%. I think we'll start eating some of this cereal. What was my water content? Okay. We'll start eating some of this cereal, and then I'm going to have a sip or two of beer as well. We're going to sell the beer, but I'll drink a couple sips right now just to get the calories out of it. This bag of sugar is jam-packed with calories, but it'll make you nauseous just eating handfuls of it. Reasonably so. It's one of these things that's kind of a should I carry this or not sort of food item. I never really know. Oh, there's proteins in beer? Interesting. I think salt and flour, bags of salt and flour are really good if you're trying to gain weight. They're really good for that because you can just eat a handful of each and then you get crazy macronutrient counts from it. So they're pretty good in that way. But since we're trying to lose weight right now, I'll just sell the sugar. I'd rather not have the kilogram of weight in the bag. Both these cereals together weigh less than a kilogram. And they probably have about the same or even a little more energy in them. And a broader spread of micronutrients as well. Because they're enriched. Fortified with vitamins and minerals for your health. Okay, we're about to hit the circle here. Should get our safe zone notification any minute. And we can take to the road. The landmines won't hurt you here. Owen Maines, hello to you, sir. How are you doing today? Welcome in. Glad you could join us. Do you play Scum? Do you just watch Scum? Or do you know what Scum is? Keep her moving, bud. Can I get... What's my heart rate? 147. Yeah, it's dropping, though. Does that mean our stamina's increasing? No, we can still decrease stamina while our heart rate goes down. That's good to know. Zero Fu Manchu. Howdy, howdy. Ahoy to you too, sir. Never seen it. Game was more fun on the early days. Yeah, I don't know if I agree with that.
Guns come unloaded.
I think they've added so much to
Reasons.
the game. I understand that
Obviously.
it's changed a lot, but there's been some genuinely good additions to the game. You played day one. Let's go. Early adopter. Do you still play it all? Viper M37. Oh, I need to buy a card. Whoops. Not selling anything yet. Put all this right into the account. It has been lost.
Welcome to the most secure place on the island.
Yeah, I think it'll come back. I love this game. My earliest live stream on this channel is from 2019. I was playing in one of the real early updates back then. And we're going to make a nice secure pin code of 0, since 0's in the chat right now. And I think they've changed a lot. I went back and looked at one of those live streams a couple of days ago. Looked at a couple of them, actually. And the inventory system, the metabolism, the health, like they've done so much to improve and broaden the game. Definitely things have changed, that's for sure. But I think a lot of that change has been for the better. Okay, there's 700 bucks in this backpack. Let's pull that out of here. Boom, you, this, and I think that... Sell, baby, sell. Whoa. Oh, I'm carrying my backpack. Meh. What's going on here? Equip. Take in hand. Trade. Here we go. We're getting somewhere now. Okay, this is no longer valuable. That's a step in the right direction. Became too complex. Fishing update was great with the boat. Guess after all that time, same as with Atlas, seen that on day one. Yeah, I was actually talking about this earlier in the stream. I think that developers have a genuine problem where they will release a game early and a crowd will develop around that game in its early access form who want to play it for its simplicity and its current features. And then as they improve the game and broaden the game and add things to the game, they start to lose that original crowd that liked the simplicity. But the catch 22 is the whole time they're opening themselves up to a broader audience. So there's a problem where by adding more features to the game, adding complexity, they're bringing in more people, but they're alienating the people who liked it for what it was to begin with. And some people get around this, some developers get around this by keeping the alpha versions available to the broad market, which is a decent solution.
Feel free to browse around.
Hey, is that you, PMMI?
Oh, what's up?
Oh, it's not.
No.
Who's this?
Oh, Penny Joe.
Oh, I'm
They call
Mayhem.
me Rotten. Yeah, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I like your hat. Goes nice with the shirt.
Here's what I've got.
But then they lock
Off
streamers
to the
into
back.
it. Hard line to push. They lock streamers into it. Better off delaying, really. Yeah, I do think that the early release of games, the consistent early release of games is a bit problematic. But it's understandable too, right? Because developers can get a big boost of money by doing this. So, you know, what are you gonna do? If you need the money to make the game into what it's gonna be, and you don't have it yet, you have to release early and take that early cash. It's tough, man. I don't envy developers. They've got really difficult decisions to make. I'm just glad I get the games that I get, and I'm happy to play them when they're here. Okay, we're gonna
Let's see
sell
what
this
you have.
backpack. We're not selling my backpack, right? Waste bag, but we're not selling my waste bag. Sugar, paint, jeans, yeah. 1,600 bucks. We're getting way more than I thought we were gonna get here. Very nice. Mainly the producer with the cash. Yeah, but that's, just because there is a producer doesn't mean that they're able to fund them infinitely. Only smell money. Well, yeah, or they want to make the best game they can make and they need money to do that. People are expensive, especially highly qualified
Prices are
people.
not negotiable.
Okay, this is all we're going to sell here.
If
But
you're
yeah, I like
looking
what
to
the game's
buy
turning
that,
into. I like where they're
you
bringing
better
it
be
to. I
in
think
good
that the
grace.
addition of NPCs with guns and quest lines is gonna make the game a lot more interesting. So I have a lot of friends who like video games, but they can't understand sandbox games like Minecraft or Space Engineers or Arma. They can't understand why you would play these games when there's no clearly defined goal. So
Hello. Never
the
mind about
key
the
is adding
expiration
things
date.
without
Those
taking
are fake
away
anyway.
the original things, right? So if like with this game, you can still play the game for hours and hours and just craft a bow and loot the loot points. You don't have to do the traders, you don't have to do the events. Like you can really choose what you
Never
want to do.
mind about the expiration date. Those are fake
Quest
anyway.
lines, yeah, that's part of the planned updates. If you check out the
All
Scum
in good
Discord or the
fun.
dev updates on Steam, you can see some of the stuff they're planning. They're planning modular quads. They're working on bringing the raft back into the game. All the vehicles that they had, I think they're trying to bring into the game. Been waiting for that since ages. Part of the original concept. Yeah, it's probably pretty difficult to implement, right? It's got to be fairly complex. We need to go see the fisherman so we can sell this reel. I forgot to repair things before I sold them. That's funny. Repair this stuff right now anyway. Yeah, I was looking at my old footage from long ago and I was like really impressed at how far the game has come. It's They've made some really good improvements. The backpack system is so much better than it used to be. And inventory in general. They made the chests have the same inventory system, which is it used to just be a list on the left side of the screen. It was so hard to navigate, so hard to see what you had. Core game is evolving too much. Yeah. Yeah, I get that. No room for quests on a box like this. And the question is going to
Product is
be, do you
fresh.
have
You
to
can
do the
have what you
quests or
want.
can you choose not to do them and still play the game, right? So I
Ah,
don't think they've
let's have a
taken
glance.
anything from the game really. Like you can still just do the looting and crafting. You could just build a shelter and bury a chest.
Welcome to the most secure place on the
All
island.
right, nice secure pin code. 0. Deposit. A whole $72. Boom. Look at this. We're wealthy. We are wealthy. The only thing we need now is more fame points. Slow but steady. We'll get there. Go ahead and destroy this thing.
Pleasure at all.
What would be your ideal version of the game, Zero? What have they moved away from that you wish was still in the game? Maybe we'll hit the World War II bunker up here real quick. See if we can find something, anything interesting, a little cash or something. Eating all things was fun. Oh, yes, yeah. We could still do that with humans. You can't do it with the puppets anymore, which, I don't know, I kind of liked that too. I thought that was interesting. And you could definitely still eat all the mushrooms, ask me how I know. Sometimes those little red ones just slide right down my throat by accident. Whoops. Didn't mean to eat that. Oh no. stealth was key. Oh. Stealth is definitely still key. Just run everywhere. Well, it depends on what you're doing, right? There's servers with 100 pop that are almost always full. And you're going to stealth a whole bunch in that case. And that's playstyle too, right? I run everywhere because I'm streaming, but when I'm not streaming, I play a lot more stealthy. I just don't want to subject the... Oh my goodness, I've never seen this here before. A 14 out of 40? I don't want to subject the chat to hours of me just crouch walking. Right? That's not fun to watch. Look at this. Can we fix anything on hand right now? My engineering skill is really low. I don't think so. Just gonna leave that behind. But yeah, that's kind of what I mean though, is busy is relative, right? You can find busy servers, but everything you could do in the early game, you can still do now. It's just that there's incentive to do more, but there's no reason you must. You can still play it exactly like the old days. You could just run from POI to POI, burying chests in the woods in between, looking for good loot without ever buying anything. That's completely an option. The only thing that stops you from doing that in its entirety is the respawn system, which we already talked about. And I agree. I think fame points would be a better system for choosing how to respawn. Goals. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. And that's the problem most people have with these games. I like to set my own goals, and that's the reason I like these style of games, sandbox games like this, but the addition of quest givers and discrete goals within the game is going to add a lot to it for sure. I don't know. I guess I'm trying to talk you into playing the game again. That's really what I'm doing here, and I hope you will. I hope you can find some pleasure in it still. I think it's the best survival game on the market. Hands down. But I'll stop giving you the old ear beating here. You can make your own choices. I'm glad you're at least watching some content. It looks beautiful. The sunrises and sunsets in this game, especially if you're at the water. Oh my goodness. Gorgeous. Such a mood. How big is the download? It's 62 gigs, something like that. Total install size. I think the download's between 20 and 30. Discord is in the chat. EO posted it earlier, and there's a Discord link in the description that should still be good. If it's not, just let me know and I'll post a new one. Yeah, they've done a lot of optimization. I remember when I was playing in the early days, the servers themselves were really laggy. And basically, you'd rubber band all over the place, and now they're pretty darn smooth. I mean, it's still, it's an online game. It's not perfect, but it's pretty good. Really quite good. And I get consistently like 70 FPS with everything on Epic while I'm streaming and recording. EO, quick. Quick on the draw. Thank you, EO. And Nico, of course, waiting in the wings. Hey, bud. I hear ya. I'm gonna punch you in the face. I lost an arrow, so now I'm sad mayhem. Take that. Oh, you didn't. Oh, that's it. I'll take everything you had on you, just out of spite. Can't believe you hit me. That's not worth it. Cheers. 24 gig, 4090. Oh my goodness. And a 74 something AMD. Alright, well, I'll tell you what. Why don't you just run the game for both of us? And I'll use half your computer specs and you'll still be running faster than me. Holy crap, man. That's a rig. Good for you. That's goals right there. Is there like a radius around this thing of decomposition? Because even these olives are World War II olives. That's pretty funny. I hear a chicken off to the right. 32 gigs of RAM. Yeah, that's going to be my next upgrade. I'm ashamed to admit what my RAM specs are right now. Stony is over there shaking his head just thinking about it. But that's going to be my next upgrade. I'm definitely going to get more RAM. PC is a tool that plays a game. Nico's running the game on a 1076 gigabyte in 4K, still running fine and smooth. That is optimized. Dang it, Stony. You know, I said that hoping you would be lurking and miss it. Yeah, right in the feels. I know it's shameful. I should do better. PC is an extension of oneself. Well, now you know I have a tiny little peener. Now everybody knows. Tiny little 16 gigabyte peener. CPU didn't cut it. Yeah. There's a balancing act between the two, right? A bad CPU can make up, or a good card can make up for a poor CPU and vice versa, to some extent, and depending on the game. Bigger ones are pretty cheap. Yeah, that's what I heard. I saw a podcast with a doctor who was talking about a new method he developed. Oh, you mean the RAM, right. So you've messed with a little game dev yourself. What kind? Like mod development? Or have you worked on projects that I would know about? Unity. Okay, yep. What do you think of the new Unreal Engine? Looks absolutely incredible. Pain. Tester and level dev. Okay. Game tester, man, that's a dream job. I'd be careful how often you admit that in chat. People will start asking you for references. Not really a dream job, huh? It's probably more work than we think it is. Like with most jobs, there's a reason somebody's paying you to do it. It's because they didn't want to do it themselves. Need to provide ideas. Hey, I'm an ideas factory. What kind of ideas do you want? I was watching this podcast with a doctor. He gave me some ideas. Alright, what are we doing here health-wise? Stomach's doing okay. We're definitely going to eat these olives. We're actually getting close to weight gain right now, so I probably don't need these, but I think the rest of the run to the factory, wow. The rest of the run to the dirt bike track should burn off enough calories to justify these olives. Just keeps your mind thinking. Yep, well that's a really good thing, man. I like to keep an active mind. It's actually one of the things I like about streaming. It changes the flavor of the game for me. When I play the game off stream, I'm actually less involved in it. And when I'm streaming, my mind's going faster, not just on the game alone, but obviously the conversation with chat and trying to maintain some level of dialogue. Can't go dull. Yeah, but you can, can't you? Can't let yourself, but my goodness, does it ever happen. As a matter of fact, I've been there in my life, and it sucks. It sucks when you let yourself go dull. Really feel the pain of that, man. Hello? No puppets. Bibbidi 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 puppets. Like the 90s playing a game on the couch. Yeah. Well, I guess that's another great thing about games like Scum, right? You can't just sit back. I'm not eating dog food. I'm too good for that. You can't just sit back and half-butt this. You have to really think your way through the game. Requires a certain level of um, cognition to be successful and interesting. You were playing Tekken and it wasn't as fun. Yeah, you know, I used to love games like that. Real simple games, and there's still a mood that I'll find myself in from time to time where a game like Tekken can be enjoyed thoroughly. Who opens the doors at the gas station? Are you kidding me? Look at this. Boom, now nobody knows I was here. You see this? Don't open the doors. Oh, wow. Okay. 2 quivers. What kind of blessing is this? And what is it going to cost me? There's a flare over there. I'm just going to leave that. You get 20, 30 bucks for him at the trader, but I'm okay without. I hear a beeper, too. I don't love that. Let's move this down here. Something like this. Old tip. What, the keeping the doors closed thing? They come behind it, if I recall. Where's that beeper? Yeah, whoever was here came out this way. I imagine if they're still nearby, they're either at the boatyard or we'll encounter them on the way to or nearby the bike track. Ooh, a needle. We actually need that for our next repair kit. Where's that beeper? Son of a gun. How are we doing here? We've lost a couple of these arrows now, but that's alright. Our gear's in pretty good condition. I can't believe we just found 2 quivers. That's such an amazing score. Totally unexpected, too. I guess the gas stations are good places to find quivers, but it's still rare to find 1. Finding 2 in the same gas station is unheard of. It happens, but it is super rare. The fishing is absolutely great. I really enjoy it. There was a little bug like a month and a half ago that would break your line. It was a server desync problem. I think they fixed that because I haven't had it happen since. I mean, in the last few weeks, I haven't had it happen at all. I love fishing. Only problem is the cost of it. Fishing rods like a little over $3,000. The good reels, 13, 1400 if I remember correctly. Good line is another 800. So it gets pretty expensive, but it's a ton of fun. If I find a rod, I'll spend the money to outfit it. Actually, I think I have a rod in a chest in B4, but I'm not going to run all the way there for a rod. Can now open doors and vault through windows. Yeah, that's true. There were no shops, yeah. Yeah, the shops add a lot to it. They definitely... They make it better, in my opinion, because you can spend hours and hours looking for certain loot and not find it, and that's really not fun. It depends on how grindy you want the game to be. I respect a person who embraces the grind, but there comes a point where I am like, you know what? I would like to be able to just have the thing I'm looking for now. I've spent enough time searching and finding all kinds of other stuff that I don't need. So it allows you to trade in loot you don't want for loot you do want. Is there going to be a bow over here on these tables? Yeah. Black Hawk. A Black Hawk. Yeah. Yeah, the shops are good. I like the fame point lock on it too, right? Different items require different fame points. Even food requires 15 fame points to buy. And this is an official server, so these are all the developers' intended settings. And the cars, you can buy car parts at like 240 or 250 fame points, but if you want to purchase the whole vehicle from the mechanic, you have to have 310 or 320 fame points. It's quite a lot, really. Maybe it is time. Maybe it is. I don't know whereabouts you are, but this is U.S. official number 1. U.S. East official number 1. If you can connect, if you've got good enough ping, I recommend it. It's a bit frustrating, the server at times, but it's fun. You're from AU. Oh my goodness. Wait, wait. Where's A? Which is AU? Are you talking about Australia? Or is that 350? 350 is the limit, right? Yeah, Australia, other side of the planet. Well, hopefully you can connect. I don't know, man. The internet changed a lot lately. Seems like ping has gone down significantly in the last like 5 years. It got so much faster. Yeah, the server's pretty decent. There's some shenanigans at times, but it's good action. The events get popping sometimes, which I love. Trying to listen while we run through the woods here. I'm taking a path that I feel is a little bit unlikely. So hopefully if we do run into a player, they won't expect us to be here. Because there was somebody headed in this direction out of that gas station. And there's not much beyond the bike track. The bike track's going to be where they went, almost guaranteed. Unless they were looking for cars at the windmills. But even then, if you're on foot, you're probably going to hit the bike track first. You could try the Forge. There's some good AU players on there. 100 out of 100 pop on peak days if you want lots of action. Yeah, that's true. Yep, we've both played on each other's servers, very low ping. Oh, is that where Red Rum plays? I've had a couple people in chat recommending I should play on the Forge. There's no particular reason. There's no particular reason I haven't done that yet, aside from the pure fact that I started here already and I brought the whole squad in, and I just don't want to abandon them. But I was thinking about giving the Forge a try one of these days between streams or after a stream, seeing what it's like. 100 pop, it's just crazy. The other concern I have is that I wouldn't be able to get in, and so it's nice to have a backup server at least with some character development on it to return to in the instance that the server's pop locked when I try to get into it. Got me on Discord, so not too much of an issue. Love it, love it. That's funny. I remember hearing Red Room talk about the population on that server. I don't know if I ever heard him say which server it was, but that makes sense. There can only be so many full 100 servers, right? Okay, if there is a player here, it's kind of odd that they walked past this. There's nothing in its inventory. Curious, to say the least. Alright, can we fit a light in here? We can. I might drop the crossbow if it comes down to it. Not a big fan of them anyway. See, I think I can fit at least, I want to get these two lights, and then we could just look for screwdrivers and pass on everything else. Thought I read a post saying that the car was a model of his mom's or something. Oh, no kidding. Red is a big pop chaser. He goes where the pop is, and being from AU, it's harder for him. Yeah, that makes sense. That's funny. If it's somebody's family member's car, dude, I love that. That's hilarious. All right, we'll play a little bit of Tetris here. We're going to make some space. We got room for more loot still. Come on. No problem. We're Tetris pros. Now what I have to hope for is that nobody put landmines here, because this is the kind of place that it would make sense. If you wanted to really grief, this is a decent place to just put a landmine. A VW Golf? Yes, yes it is. A red one, too. Of course, now you can paint them, which is wonderful. Oh, that's locked. Yeah. I flubbed that up. Didn't even really want to try. It just happened, and I said, well, why not give it a try. Let's see what happens. Oh, there's a couple of puppets here. There's two more out there in the woods. We should probably farm them considering we need to fame. Let's just see if we can get a better bow first. There's a pan, an onion. Oh, yep, compound bow. Let's go. What's the draw weight on her? 60. I think I can manage that as a matter of fact. I'm gonna miss you, old crafted 35 pounder, but look at this. Man's got a sight now. Thought I was deadly before. Ooh. Ooh. I really want to use the other arrows. Can we prioritize them in some reasonable fashion? Feel like there should be a way. I'm gonna break my brain, but I'm gonna do it. You know, this many puppets here right now really could mean a player. Oh, that was a... There we go. Let's go get those back. I'm gonna go stealth now, I think. Because for there to be 3 puppets here, considering how few puppets we've seen everywhere, we might be dealing with a player situation. In which case, I guess it would be wise to pull out the good arrows, right? Probably last 20 minutes, yeah. It's possible. I mean, if they came here, they didn't grab this compound, right? But there's no food out here. So they went through the tents. And there's a puppet right there. I'm gonna get back to crouching. How long is spawn time these days? What do you mean by spawn time? Let's see if there's anything in these crates. Okay, there is something at least. Can I repair? I can adjust. Can't repair yet. Average item or puppet. The puppets spawn just around, right? There's no real timer on them. They spawn in a radius. The reset on their spawns is constantly changing. Broken down by threat levels, it's much deeper than spawn times. Yeah, exactly. Not taking toolbox. Yeah, I'm thinking maybe a new player, and they went through the gas station, and we found 2 quivers there, right? So they must have been gone for a while, because even a new player wouldn't pass up at least 1 quiver. And I highly doubt there were 3. Oh, there's 3 tiers of... Now you're teaching me some things, EO. Oh, I didn't want that to happen at all. The hunter becomes the hunted. Pack size, look for dropped items. How long will a dropped item last? Quite a while. Quite a while. 20 minutes after leaving last I checked. That sounds about right. It's tough to tell in this area because there's loot that spawns on the ground too. So it's not always a reliable, like those raisins probably spawned there. But you can tell because unless somebody took the time to put them on the bench, there's no reason for them to be on the bench. What's this? Cucumber? Zucchini? No more bunker pulling. I can't vault this ledge, can I? Alright, well I think if we are gonna encounter somebody, they'll be down there at this point. This is one of the higher threat zones, too. I've always encountered more puppets here than at other places. It's kind of probably a similar threat level to the gas station. I don't hear any running, rustling. I don't hear anything like that. If we find loot inside these garage bays, we're probably in the clear. Which is actually too bad. I was kind of hoping for a little bit of combat here. Come on, there it is. Okay. Bolts are meaningless. Kitchen knives, meaningless. Generator, most people are going to pass by that anyway. It's really only useful if you're building a base or you're going to lock up a house with a refrigerator, maybe. See, there's a screwdriver, which tells me there's probably nobody around. Probably nobody. They also made the radius much larger for spawns, so they stopped spawning in your face after the hordes. Could have been triggered puppets, and with it being a higher threat, more Z's. Yeah, that would make sense. Definitely would make sense. Oh, I'm trusting your thoughts. You sound very well informed, Dio. Are you involved in the development of this game? Ooh, look at that, another screwdriver. Because I wouldn't be surprised if you said yes right now. That's really solid knowledge. Thank you for sharing. Yeah, I think we're probably in the clear. I can't imagine somebody would come through here and leave screwdrivers behind. Unless they're that new of a player where they're like, I don't even want to bother lockpicking. I just want to find, I don't know, what do you look for? Just new things, I guess. If you're that new, all you're looking for is new stuff. Trying to learn what everything is, where to find it. Really invested into it and such. Oh, that's cool. We got to play together sometime, EO. Even if we just do, like, set up an event or something. What is this? What is this? It is. It's definitely a message, right? It kind of looks like, Mandarin, probably, judging by the player base on this server. Also very long in the community, plays and watches other content, gaining information. Yeah. All right, I'm gonna crouch. This might be somebody's like base or meeting location. We're gonna keep looting, but we're definitely going to increase our level of caution distinctively. How are we doing? See, I don't really want to start gaining weight here, but I do want to start getting rid of. Oh, okay. Don't eat it then. Just don't eat it. Let's get rid of this. I think if I get rid of the pineapple, if we can get rid of the pineapple, we'll be able to fit the drill. That's pretty good loot. Drill sells 300 bucks or so. Yeah, I'll take a look at it. Give me 1 second, Zero. Yeah, oh, I agree for sure. They should despawn outside of a flag radius. This has got to be hurting server performance too. The 3 body problems? What's that? Sounds like a math problem. Or a space thing. Oh, you know what? Maybe. No, that was incorrect. How do you do the thing? Oh, is this as far as I can go? There you go. That's a good screeny for you. JLK, man, how you doing? Thanks for popping back in. I hope you're doing well today. Share it in my Discord. Yeah, we could do that. Do a bing bang boom. Big old fat copy paste right there. Pop it in the screenshots. Message in a bottle. Nope, I can't do that one. That was even worse than staying alive. I apologize. Sorry for your ears. Yeah, I think probably. I think it's probably the Chinese. That's my guess. Just judging by the population of the server. More Sing. More Sing. Is that the Chinese guy? Is that what that spells in Chinese, EO? More Sing? Just made a really controversial video addressing a Minecraft YouTuber who got really serious allegations, and I told the internet to listen to both sides of the argument. Oh, that's reasonable. Definitely think people jump to conclusions. It's more fun, right? Drama's one of those things that's really easy to increase and fairly difficult to decrease. And the natural human tendency is to seek drama. Why, I don't know, but that does seem to be what most people do. There's a ton of bolts here. Like a lot of bolts. Render compare. Actually, you pulled that from the live stream? Oh, yeah. I'm trying to work on upping the quality of the live streams, but the biggest factor is just internet speed, and there's unfortunately not a whole lot I can do to increase that. So I'm somewhat locked in with what I have right now, and I'm running just about at the limit as it is. What can I do to make space here? I think if we drop this stuff, we might be able to find some room like this. Is this gonna work? We're still sacrificing something. I moved a whole bunch of things and I got nothing for it. Oh, I see. I see what we can do. Move this down. Bring this over here. Boom. Tetris, baby. The Tetris minigame we just won. Making the birthday hats, making money. There you go. Drama feeds on drama. Yeah, absolutely. Is that number 8, Jay? Okay. Or if you don't want to answer that, just tell me no. Move the note. Okay. Yeah, we can move the note. We can move the note. Let's just look for more screwdrivers whilst we're here. This door's open. Oh no, that one's... Is that always open? Everyone hates you. Two things may happen. A, you get doxxed. B, everybody hates you. Well, that's what I call internet fame. If everybody hates you, they're paying attention to you. Everybody's still everybody, right? Not to say there's any good to come from seeking haters, but if they find their way to you, you gotta look for the bright side of it. There you go. Zero's a fan. Or at least he doesn't care, which is pretty good. Is that the sound of a truck? Life is too short to have hate in your soul. I could definitely agree with that, EO. No time for hate when there's time for love. Oh, look at this. I could put on my clothes. Duh. Alright, if that fits there, maybe this will fit here. Just want to make room for... Oh, we can fit that in the pants and the screwdriver. Maybe the lockpick too. Just drop it in like that. And now we've got room for the car jack and the small toolbox, which will also bring up our carry weight not insignificantly, and that'll help us improve our stats while we're running. You have 97 subs, kind of close to Mayhem. Yeah, absolutely. You're right there. Absolutely. Don't waste your time on drama. Chilling a trader, trying to get fame points and building up skills so you can get guns. Hey, there you go. You're on that RuneScape grind, man. Yeah, I have a thing with drama. I don't like it. I've been around it my whole life. Some of my closest friends, admittedly, are drama. Let's keep it PG. They admittedly really like drama and would actively try to cause it for me and between me and themselves and other people. And I've just gotten so good at recognizing what's real and what's fake and avoiding conflict. As a result of this, I actually, for a while, was rather frustrated with this person, but since I've come to accept them as a great teacher, I don't think they were trying to teach me anything. I think they were just trying to stir the pot. That's a puppet, right? But yeah, I can sniff drama out, and I'm usually pretty good at. It's something like fence sitting, but it's more like shedding light from a neutral position. RuneScape, yeah, that's what JLK does. He buys crafting materials at the trader, then crafts them into party hats, right? Birthday hats, and then sells the birthday hats and buys more crafting materials, and it's a profitable little loop that requires just a bunch of grinding and skill progression. Yeah. Pretty convinced these are my puppets now. We're only seeing 2 to 3 at a time. 73 fame points. Let's do the dirty. Boom. In your face. You can relate to that. Told them all to F off. They lowered the price of bags and increased the price of birthday hats. So you're making even more money now, huh? Oh, that was a miss? Now I gotta go find that arrow. Doggone. Come on, give me another screwdriver. We're doing really good on screwdrivers right now. This is definitely gonna turn into a torpedo factory run. Come on, one more screwdriver. Give me a 2 out of 3. Give me a 2 out of 3. Ah. Yeah, take advantage of that now, JLK, because those prices fluctuate randomly. Just because it's that way doesn't mean it'll stay that way. Definitely spend some time crafting here. I think it can even change within a server restart. I don't think the server has to restart for prices to change. They can fluctuate during gameplay. Okay. What should we do here? Oh, I know. We're gonna do a cheap M. The poor man's M. I don't know if... no, it's not quite gonna work the way I wanted it to. Can I can place this burner on that burner? It snaps? That's interesting. Mayhem. Barking chaos, bud. Barking chaos. Sitting at 21 fame points and $1,114. Let's go. Favorite biomes in the game are C2, C3. Hey man, that's all you. That's all you. You've had run-ins with other streamers. If you like white and I like yellow, that's the end of the discussion. Yeah, that's it. I mean, look, I don't have to agree with people to like them. Actually, the person who I consider my closest friend is that guy who likes drama. And he's been my best friend since high school. And we disagree on a whole lot of stuff. And we've had hours-long conversations debating and arguing, and it's even gotten heated where we were yelling at each other. At the end of the day, we're still friends, and we just accept that these differences exist, and they actually in some ways, make our friendship more interesting. As long as it doesn't turn into drama, right? There's a difference between disagreement and drama. You can disagree with people and still get along. Drama is when you're not getting along with somebody. That's kind of how I think of it. Hit the download. Let's go. Come on, Zero. Get back in the game. Scum misses you. Alright. There's nothing in here. Guaranteed. Boom. Wasn't even worth it. I swear I've gotten worse at lockpicking. Kind of like the Red Cross. You agree with both sides until sufficient evidence is provided. Isn't that Switzerland? I'm kind of like France. My armpits are hairy and they stink right now. I need a shower. And some breakfast / lunch. Yep, I don't mind disagreeing with people as long as we can keep it respectful and we can agree to disagree, right? What I don't like is when somebody disagrees so vehemently that they think you have to come to terms with their side. If you don't think what I think, we can't get along. That is something I cannot stand. What's going on here? I can't get in. What? There's no locks. 62 gigs, 62.82 required. Yeah, what's the download size? Just out of curiosity. I know it's a 60-ish gigabyte game, but the download size is way smaller than that, right? Look at that. Another 2 out of 3. We're kicking butt. Did I lose a screwdriver? Oh, I just used it. Duh. Saying stuff like listen to both sides is something that will get you murdered on the internet. Hey, man, the internet... Here's something that people, I think, fail to understand about the internet. Oh, wow. I lost my crossbow. When did I do that? Or not crossbow, my compound bow. When I was lockpicking, that's when. It could be a ping issue, yeah. Here's something that people forget about the internet. The internet is infinity, right? And as humans, we have this tendency to focus on the negatives, right? We see the things that are disagreeable, the things that register as danger, and that's built-in survival instincts that evolved over millions of years. So you can't blame us for that, but you have to use your higher reasoning to override that and look at the broader picture. And the reality is, yeah, the internet hates a fence sitter, but the internet also loves a fence sitter. You just have to find those people that agree with you. Why can't you buy screwdrivers in the general store? Because if you could buy screwdrivers in the general store, there would be no such thing as a safe base. It would make lockpicking way too easy. Yeah, pretty much Zero. F the internet, or just look for the people who agree with you, right? It's important to seek out what you need to see, not what you want, what you need to see. When there's a certain mindset where you need to take the time and recognize that there's people who agree with you, people who are reasonable, and you go and seek them out. And there's also a time and a mindset where you need to remember that there's people who disagree with you and they have reasonable disagreements, and you need to seek that out and balance those things. Internet's not as bad as people make it out to be. I'm gonna get this here. Got it. It's just too easy to focus on what is disagreement and negativity. It's very, very easy to focus on that as a human being. What do I study? That's a great question. If you had to guess, what do you think I study? I will tell you. I'm curious what you think. C2 exhaustion from crafting? Must have been really getting after it, my guy. Grab you an energy drink. They're like, what, 50 bucks or something? What do they call it? The Red Monster or whatever? I forgot what it's called. The Monster knockoff. IT. IT's a question. Yep, maybe. If you had to guess, though, I'm probably college educated, right? Probably, I don't know, bachelor's or associate's degree, something like that. No, I barely graduated high school. Hated it. Hated every minute of it. Refused to go to higher education. Spent about a quarter of a semester in community college. Got paid to help people write their papers and do their math homework. Paid mostly in drugs, and then I dropped out from that too and said this isn't worth it. And just went to work in factories and then eventually driving trucks over the road. So I'm very uneducated. Sometimes I have trouble remembering how to tie my shoes in the morning. If I study anything, it's I study philosophy through osmosis, mainly through my research into politics and culture, current sociological situations. A little bit of anthropology, again, through the lens of modern politics and culture. But all of that's been history, pathology, yeah. So that's it, right? It's mostly just politics on the internet. Yeah. I don't have any interest in higher education. I think it's well, we'll stay out of the politics here and now, but with the internet and access to information as easy as it is these days, I think you'd have to be pursuing a very specific career to justify spending the time and money on a college education. Yeah. I don't actually consider myself uneducated. I say that a bit tongue in cheek. I think that a person's intellectual capabilities are hard to define. There's a balance between information retention and synthesis of new information and ideas, and intelligence lies somewhere in the interaction of those two things. So, my level of education is mostly autodidactic and, for the most part, sporadic and undisciplined. Eric, depends on what you mean. I've died a whole bunch on this server. What was the last time you watched? Was it with the trucks and the planes and all that, Eric? The company you worked for provided you with all your courses you wanted to do. Yeah, see that's if you're learning something specific for a career that you're in or planning on going into, it's college education's great. There's plenty of reason to do it. Just an institution and they limit it. Yeah, and that's there's something to consider. Like for me, being a little bit more philosophical, a little bit more into ideas than actual functional mechanical stuff. It's challenging picking teachers. It's nice to have the internet where you can pull from different sources to get a spread of ideas, but people who teach have an undue influence over the individuals that they instruct, so that you have to be careful with that. Yeah, this is a new server, Eric. Trucks and planes and all that stuff. This is US East #1. It's a much higher population server compared with the last one, and we're here looking for a whole different style of playthrough. Kind of got bored with the pseudo PvE, and we're moving into what hopefully will become more PvP based playthrough. I'm gonna have to start hanging out at higher population areas though. Finally got my account balance up, so I'm feeling like we can go take some more risks. Once I get these last 2 fame points, we'll buy the stuff to build out our pistol, and then we'll go hang out around the torpedo factory for a while and see if we can't get some action. You get to play with robotics. Oh, that sounds like a ton of fun. 2 weeks ago. Yeah. This is pretty new. I'd say within the last 7 days or so, we started on this server. Just looking for a whole different sort of environment. Something a little bit more fast-paced. Creative thinking. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I value original ideas. I value creative types. I'm not that creative as a person, but I'm drawn to ideas and idea people, so that sort of balances out. My lack of creativity is balanced out by my curiosity of what is creative. From IT to printing, then digi, then more lithography and bookmaking, then big scale, more IT. Oh, you bounced around. You've had a couple different careers, huh? If you don't mind me asking, how old are you? Mayhem was scared to push you, so it got boring. Well, unfortunately, I had a family situation occur right about the same time you joined that server, Nico. So, yeah, I was actually looking forward to getting into it with you, but I wasn't able to play for several weeks, at least not consistently, and sort of went through some personal stuff in that time as well. Another freaking quiver. You got to be kidding me. This one's in pretty poor shape, but I really want it, and we're at the situation where I'm going to have to start. Is the quiver worth more than the crossbow? That's the question. I think this crossbow is... I don't know. I'd rather the quiver, personally. Let's see if we can do a little bit more Tetris here. Something like that. And if I move you down here, can we get these evenly side by side? There we go. That's a thing. Look at us making progress here. This Tetris minigame, dude, I love it. Obviously I say that as a joke, but I genuinely love the challenge of the inventory system. What else can we do to make room here? Maybe we move some stuff into the old pants pockets. And... oh, we're kind of hitting a limitation, aren't we? So if we start doing this, it's not really gaining anything meaningful. If I could get... still roaming, Crow. We're still roaming. I don't know that I'm going to settle into a base. That'll be up to Ghost to decide. He's our base builder. Me, personally, I'm happy just roaming, looking for trouble, and uh, leaving basically no room for any real griefing, right? If I don't make progress, I can't have my progress taken away from me. So it's a bit strategic, a bit cowardly, but a bit strategic. Boy, what else can we do here? My pants are basically full, right? We can fit that. It's just not, it's not quite gonna, I'm not gonna get the room I need. I need this row right here. Yeah, ain't gonna happen. Okay. Maybe we can find something decent in the back room. Like cash. I like cash. Close to 40. Okay. Yep. Can you repair it now on site? Yeah, with the sewing repair kit improvised, or you can buy one that has 30 uses instead of 15, and it's the same space. I think similar weight. You can repair things like this. Right, we could repair the hat. We could repair basically anything cloth with a sewing kit. Move all my quarter bits down lower than sort. Okay. Yep, we might be able to do that. I could also probably, I think if I ditch the wire cutters, I might be able to make the space I need. And the wire cutters are, they're not, they have some value, but they're not as valuable as the, why do I keep doing that? Not as valuable as the car stand. Car stand's a little more valuable. Having a team with multiple cars, that's your base. Yeah, that's a good way to do it, right? Get enough lakas, then you roll in. 3 hours for Scum. Drop one thing to sort it, the one thing you don't need. Yep, I agree with that. Definitely agree with that. That's probably the best move here. So let's see. The 9mm ammo I kind of want to keep. Let's drop this. Let's move this guy down here. And if I move the drill up, I can move the screwdriver over, and now we have enough room. And as a matter of fact, by some little bit of magic, we can get the wire cutters in there too. Doggone, Tetris is fun. We're repair stuff to save space. Use that tactic in DayZ. Yeah, there have been times where I've just used up a repair kit for the sake of getting rid of it, for sure. Alright, we're full up now. We're just gonna make our way out of here. We're so close to the trader anyway. And this spot's another hot spot. Oh, can we get our second fame point? Our last 2 fame points right now? Somebody's got a base here. There's some PET rain collectors, a locked door. Wonder if we're in danger right now. If somebody killed me right now, they would be winning the lottery. I've got good stuff on hand. Let's see. Do I want to try and bust open this door? Kinda do. Let's just give it 2 quick tries, alright? 2 quick tries. If I can't get it in 2, we'll move on. Let's use up one of these screwdrivers. Typesetting. I suppose. Probably kind of like that, right? Let's take this in hand. Oh, it's a gold lock. I'm definitely not getting in here. Oh, and it's... They got the lockpick and protection. I can taste the blood on my tongue. You know that blood you taste when you get shocked? That's so funny. I don't know how. That's so weird. Don't leave my bow this time. Thank you, EO. I am exactly that guy. That guy who leaves stuff behind and totally forgets about it. Oh, his head's like a sieve. Information just pours right out of it. You could drain your noodles. Water comes right out my ear like the information. Can you bury stuff? Yeah, yep, you can craft a shovel, you can find a shovel, you can buy a shovel, and you can bury chests. You too, huh? There's nothing wrong with it. Being a little bit airheaded. Kind of fun, right? I don't have time to focus on important things. I have fun things to do. Come on now. Probably a new base. Yeah, it could be. It could be actually. It's a pretty decent base, to be honest with you, Zero. Obviously, it's fairly noticeable, right? It's not well hidden, but there's a refrigerator in there, a big one that you don't have to buy. So if you've got a generator, a couple of water collectors, and some decent protection on the door, it's not a bad place to set up a base. We should probably go back there and look around for buried chests. Would be a good idea. Loot box base, yeah. Hey, Phil. How you doing? Thanks for joining us, my man. Always a pleasure to have you. Let's drop down here. Catch our breath. Might as well search while we're here. We're still losing weight, which is good. What are we doing for stats? My base strength is so close to going up. Come on, 2.9. Let's go. Can't get to 3.0 without hitting 2.9 first, right? Pretty sure that's how counting goes. Been a while since I bothered doing any. Yeah, we're loaded up with kit right now. I think we get 300-ish for the face rolls, face smasher. About 1,000 each for the quivers. Didn't I have... Yeah, 3 of them. I'm wearing one. The toolbox is worth something. It's worth more than nothing. If I can get my engineering skill up, which I really should take the time to do, it's not that hard. Just build a base. Even if I'm not going to use it, just build the base. Pretty sure once my engineering skill goes up, I can use the repair kit, the toolboxes, to fix armor, bows, magazines, all that kind of stuff. Retrofit. I'm not sure what you mean by that. What do you mean by retrofit? I do think we're going to call it once I sell this all off, and we'll see how we did here. I guess I'm not getting my 75 fame points for this stream, but we'll get it next stream. But we're going to start tying this up with a pretty little bow coming soon. I need to take a break between streams. 4.2. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in this backpack right now. I wouldn't be surprised at all with 4 grand. I think that's probably about right. Missed the automatic crossbow. Was there an automatic crossbow in this game? That doesn't sound real. What the hell's an automatic crossbow? Was it like a Gatling gun with a crank handle on the side and it's got a magazine of like 5 arrows underneath? And then it just picks them up and flings them. Fling, fling, fling. You gotta keep cranking. I think I just came up with a new idea. Ratatata. Ratata. Ratatata. That's hilarious, man. Automatic crossbow. What an idea. Or is it electric? It's got an electric motor. You hold the trigger down, the motor pulls the crossbow back. Power to the fridge. Oh, yeah, kind of. There's generators. There's no wiring, but there's generators, and you can find... We actually came across a couple of them. I just didn't bother acknowledging them because I don't need them for anything right now. But as long as you keep them topped off with gasoline and turn them on, and then turn the refrigerator on, there's a radius around the generator of the power distribution. So no wires, it's automatic radius thing, but yes. No way to make crafted power. Based off a Chinese crossbow from a while back. So is there, in real life, an automatic crossbow or a prototype of one or something? Revolving twin snapper. Interesting idea. Opening that window up here. Improvised auto crossbow. Oh, okay. Oh, so it is electric. Presenting the automatic slingshot crossbow created by the one and only Jorg Sprave. Completely craftable, this thing will make you one of the most feared people on the island, also known as the rubber rat-a-tat-tat. Oh, that's cool. I like that concept, man. I wasn't too far off. Okay, so it's automatic, not like automatic firing. Or it automatically pulls itself back, but you'd have to load each bolt in still, right? Oh, sheesh. I hope I'm still streaming. I just closed the window by accident. You're still streaming, right? Based off a repeating crossbow from the 4th century BC was the best thing back then. He is correct, huh? Never heard of it. That's really cool. What a crazy idea. Still here. Good, good, good. Oh, goodness. That's how bad I am at aiming. It's not just PvP that I can't do. I could barely close or open a tab. My goodness. Drop fed. Oh, okay, so it does have a small magazine. Interesting. I'm really sad I missed that tool. That would have been a fun thing to play with, right? An automatic crossbow. Alright. Feeling pretty good about this, man. We started off, we had, what was it, like 1,800 bucks in our account? Alpha, did you just say crossbow? Hey, Alpha, are we going to talk about that? You're going to make me talk about that, aren't you? Oh my goodness. Alpha was doing some competitions with me and Monkey and in this server over the weekend. This man killed me with a crossbow. Man killed me with a crossbow. I had a whole gun in my hands. Man killed me. Shameful.
Welcome, stranger.
Absolutely shameful.
Guns.
It's one hell of a kill, man. I gotta give it to you.
Obviously.
I don't want to give you any credit for that because my pride, my feeling is hurt. You can have this 45. Sure, I don't need it. Let's see. I'm keeping the 9mm though, alright?
That thing registered.
There's 2
Kidding.
grand right
Nobody
there.
cares.
Let's go sell some car parts. We got quite a bit of car parts this time, actually. With the shark. Killed you with a katana. That's true. Yeah, I do that from time to time. I like the katana. One hit kill, man. If you can get close enough for that, it's better than the pistol.
Prices are not negotiable.
We got 2 grand from this guy. Oh, he's
If
He's
you
out of
want me
money.
to buy that, you better give me good price.
I don't have an owned card. That was stupid. Okay, so this guy's trader funds say 0. I'm gonna try selling just one thing here and see what happens. Right, that's 0 items. Let's see. We got 2093. What's the point of having trader funds if they're infinite? What is that? Oh, he's back up to 100. What? I don't understand. Is that just a mechanic so you can see if other people have been here selling stuff? Is that the whole purpose of that? I'm okay with that if it is, but it just resets at 0? Does that make sense? Watch the video link. The character's arms flail when you take a Wii? That's funny. Watching it. Okay, yeah, I've got it open. I'll check it out after the stream, Nico.
Yeah.
Forgot to sell my face smasher. An interesting weapon, but one that I don't wish to carry due to the 6.5 kilograms of weight and what is probably a very high stamina cost of use.
Guns come unloaded. Security reasons.
$512, maybe.
Registered. Kidding. Nobody cares.
Yeah, I forgot to get the bank card, so we're just building up a big old pile of cash, which is fine. We'll get to see how much we made all at once here. That's nice. 4.2 was your bet. We're at 4.8 right now. You could subtract 100 or so bucks that we found in cash along the way.
Welcome. Feel free to here's what I've got.
Sell him this, and I'm keeping the screwdriver. You can't pay me for that, man. Screwdriver's priceless. Small
Let's see what you
toolbox,
have.
wire cutters. I thought wire cutters were worth more than that. I thought they were worth like 130. 5,400, and we're gonna sell the absinthe. While it is useful as a disinfectant and general medical treatment, it's taking up space and it's rather heavy.
Something to eat.
And then that should do it. That's gonna pretty much clean out the inventory. Everything else is stuff we're keeping.
I can take a look if you have something.
5,643. Let's call that a $5,500 load. That's pretty good, right? 4.2 was the closest without going over. We're going to award the prize to 0. My man, the price is right. Come on down. Boomer zombies don't... Nothing damages you in the trader except fall damage. Why would you... What? Is there a beeper in the trader right now, JLK? That doesn't make any sense. There really should not
Welcome to
be.
the most secure place on the island.
Choose my new pin. I'm going to do something really secure. I'm going to choose a real secure pin. I'm thinking... what about 6? No, we'll go 5 right in the middle, so you have to guess all the numbers on either side before you get to 5, right? That's the hardest number to guess. What's my pin? I forgot my pin. Is it too late to bet $1? You can bet as much as you want. 0. Well. What do you want to bet? You want to bet? Oh, my goodness. Price is Right rules. I gotcha. So you're gonna do what? 4.2 $4,201. That's what you're gonna guess? See what you're doing there. See what you're doing. That's strategy, but it's kind of dirty, yo. Kind of dirty. Look at this. We're wealthy now. And we've got the most secure card on the island. Nobody's ever gonna guess that pin number, dude. Crazy good security. Oh, wait. Wait. I almost forgot. I almost forgot. Well, scum and all, yeah, that's right.
What's up?
You can get what you want by any
Forgot
means
Scum
in this
my lover.
game.
Security reasons.
The slouch hat.
Obviously.
That is something I definitely do not need. That's just gonna make me hot.
That thing registered.
41 more bucks, baby.
Kidding. Nobody cares.
We're rich. I wish there was an improvised grenade. There is, actually. It's called the pipe bomb. Absolutely, definitely is, and it's one of my favorites. I love pipe bombs. They're great for base raiding. Alright, here's something, if the devs ever see this, here's something I really need y'all to do for me. I really need to be able to dance and enter photo mode. Why can't I enter photo mode right now? No, there's an improvised mine, and there's an improvised, or I think it's just called pipe bomb. But the pipe bomb you hold in hand, and as long as you have a lighter or matches, any kind of fire source, you can ignite it and throw it. So it's one step more than a regular grenade, right? You can't just pull the pin. You have to light it yourself. But yeah, come on. Please let me enter photo mode while I'm doing this. Because wouldn't this make a great screenshot? Just get him while he's flailing. Right? Can't enter photo mode. I really wish I could. Alright, we've sold everything that we're going to sell. We've got all the little bits and pieces we need. Can you take away your HUD? Yeah, but you can't get his face. Hey, it's Danny. Hi. Oh, friendly guy. Let's see here. We take away the HUD. What is this one? Oh, okay. Alright. I like this dance. So we take away the HUD, but then I can't get this front angle. Right? I have to get an angle from a side. And I want to get a square-on shot fairly close up. The photo mode's excellent, right? It's got the grids and everything. You can get a nice picture like this. Frame the shot in, get your thirds and all that. There's all kinds of stuff you can do there. I just want to be able to do it while the character's emoting, like waving or sitting. There's all kinds of stuff. Keyboard photo mode shortcut. It's a supporter pack, and the key is P, as in paper or Playboy picture. I think the photo mode comes with the supporter pack too. I think it's included in SP2. Alright, I'm going to call it here, my friends. It's been an excellent stream. I want to thank y'all for joining me. The love and support that I'm feeling lately is just unparalleled. Y'all are the best. And I'm going to get back into it probably between 5 and 6. This one ran a little bit long and started a little late, so I'm going to need some time in between. But we'll get another one going tonight, guaranteed. Until then, thank you all for joining me. I'm Musical Mayhem. This is Scum. I'll see you in the next video.